recap since last time. After meeting up with the informant of the Harpers in Baldur's Gate, you come to find that Resmir, the head of this section of the Cult of the Dragon, is going to be heading north somewhere, to some castle, but you have not figured out its exact location yet. But you know it is up to the north, and that they are going to be mixing in with one of the caravans to transport any treasures that they may have up that way. Your mission: to find out where they are taking them, to be part of the caravan, blend in, interact with the people, not draw suspicion to you from one of the cultists, and figure out where they are taking it, at least as far as you're able to. At this point, you joined a caravan under the employment of Ekrani, a fairly jolly man who, while a bit pungent in some areas, he is quite fair, and he is honestly one of the better people in this caravan, as you've seen with Verther, Enom, and a few others. It was a small night, with you introducing yourself to a few people throughout the entirety of the day. However, after a little situation with your compatriot Robin and forcing him to leave the caravan and head back to Baldur's Gate, it is now early in the morning, day 2 of your travel, as you know that everyone is getting ready for a long trip into a place what is known as the Fields of the Dead, and is one of the more harrowing parts of the journey, some say. But what happens will happen. You all wake up from your tents. Many people are already going about their business, as you see many packing up their wagons and giving feed and water to their horses. What do you all do?
I cut out.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I think I cut out the problem.
Oh, you cut out.
Ye-
Okay. What do you all do?
Well, I make sure everything's good, meet Cicera, and, yeah.
Cicera did not leave the wagon at all last night.
I figure.
With all the noise going on, especially from the party, she is not looking to leave that dark spot anytime soon.
Definitely be like, Cicera, we're going into a little bit of a dangerous spot, okay? I need you to be in your best behavior. Please don't wander off. Alright? Okay.
You are not sure what that sound entails, but she's not. I mean, she's not any more angry sounding than she usually sounds.
Okay.
But what about Ray, Nezzy, and Saint? What are you guys doing?
I want to at least check in on that other horse that we didn't get to take.
Okay. So, as you're heading over to the area where you saw with Adhuri, you see that she's already packed up much of her supplies in her open top cart. Although you do see that she has made room on the front of the cart for 2 horses, and she's, as you can already see her, brushing down the fur of the one you saved and giving it one last drink before you head on the road again.
And what about the other one that we didn't get to take from the guy?
You see that
being fed and watered is my concern.
If it is, you don't know, because you already see that the man known as Verther and his 2 bodyguards have already lined up with some of the other carts. They are quite efficient in the way they go about things, it seems.
All right, then.
You do see that the horse is tied up to it, but whether it got its nutrients and was watered this morning, you do not know.
Well, I'll have to check on that later, I guess.
Come to check on your new friend. You hear Huri.
Is she settling in okay?
She seems much happier now. Took a bit of convincing to get closer to her, but I have a way with animals. I think she'll be just fine. You see the horse kind of shake its head a little bit as you see it kind of flick some water off.
Well, she seems happier. I think we did the right thing.
Oh, indeed. The wounds will take some more time to heal, but it shouldn't be too much. If I can find a few herbs along the way, then it would definitely help with the healing process, but we'll have to see if we come across any.
If you tell me what they look like, I'd be happy to keep an eye out for them.
It's a camphor weed. Um, it's mainly the root that you need, but the plant itself has bluish purple petals that are similar to lavender, only stick out much longer.
All right, I'll keep an eye on them.
Oh, thank you very much. What about Nezzy and Saint?
Nezzy's just probably eating breakfast, honestly.
There are, like, you see that Eleanor has already, even before you guys woke up, there is already a little fire set out. She seems to be putting together a few choice meals here and there to hand out to everyone. Ah, here you go, dear. One on the house for you. As you see, it is a bit of her. Yeah, it's a bit of her nice country-made stew, along with it looks to be squirrel bits.
Oh.
Along with a bowl of finely made rice. So it is a quite hefty meal for being on the road, at least. Better take in as much as you can. I don't know if I'll be able to light a fire during the few days that we'll be in those fields.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, if you need anything else, just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, fine sir? What's your name? And she looks over to Saint.
Oh, well, me? What's she asking me exactly?
Food, surely. I haven't seen you eat in a while. I was wondering if you wanted any, as she was handing up a nice, freshly scooped bowl of stew.
I'm not one to pass it down, I guess. Yeah, I'll have some.
Trust me, you won't regret it. And she hands it right up to you.
Not that I can taste a thing.
By the way, I don't think anyone here so far knows that you are Warforged.
Surprise. Well, there.
What's that? Saint? Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, something happened then. I don't know what that
Yes.
was.
What did you say?
Weird. They're about to see you as soon as he takes his helmet off.
I will let you know you can see cultist carts a few a few
Maybe
yards
not.
away.
Maybe not then.
So you're not sure if these, because none of you actually recognize any of the cultists here. But it's on you don't know if they'll recognize you.
Oh, they will. I've kind of beat down one of the guys and infiltrated a camp. So
At this point, you can see that Acrony, your employer, has already strapped up a few of the horses. He's like, "All right, who's ready to hit the road again? Daylight's getting short already."
Let's do it.
fine by me.
All right, hop right in. And clean up your mess, please. We don't want to leave anything behind if we don't have to. All right, give me a 1 minute. Just getting the last of it. And she see her, like, she's actually like scooping a little bit of the leftover stew into her own little containers. Which carts do you guys travel in? You can see that Aldor, the other traveler that's with you, is still in the back cart, kind of sitting in, well, the back section away from Cersira.
I'm still in the cart with Cecilia.
I guess I'll take the front.
Okay. Nezzy and Ray?
We'll probably stay in the back.
Oh yeah, same one I was in last time.
Okay. So Saint in front, everyone else in back. So you guys do finally get on the road, and as they pick up, you already see that the way it's kind of like a pecking order. It's literally just a straight line, a few caravans with only maybe a few deviants here and there, where a cart may be riding next to another cart. And over the next few hours, it's actually quite a peaceful terrain. You can still smell the scent of the sea on the wind, as it is a nice eastern breeze. Sorry, western breeze. As it's quite relaxing, actually. Uldor still does not give you any heed, as he continues to look out the back of the cart almost wearily. Currently right next to you, you can see that there is a completely covered cart, not even by a tarp, but is like it has like doors, windows, and everything. On the front of it, you can see that there is actually one of the elf people one of the elf travelers that you've seen here before.
The brothers?
Sitting, you can't see the other one, but you can see one of the brothers.
Okay.
On the back of it, looking over to you, you can see that sitting outside the door is literally hanging onto a handle and his feet planted on just a small step, just casually. Just looking back down the trail is Solsteg the Pole, as he looks over to you, and he doesn't have much of an expression on his face, but he just takes his hand and gives a kind of waving, passive salute to you all as his cart pulls up ahead.
We got the allies.
Is there anything anyone wants to do during this day of travel?
Just basically keep an eye out. Make sure nothing spooky.
What's that?
Nothing wants to kill us. Keeping an eye out.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check for today then.
Ooh. Okay. And boop.
As it's going about down this road, you can see you're kind of in this very hilly area with only maybe a few sparse tree lines here and there, and then it's just open fields with tall wheat and grass. Just as you're going forward, you kind of look out, and between the trees, you see a bit of movement, very subtle, and then you see another one behind it, and then it goes on. And with your half-elf senses, you do see that it is a small herd of elk. As you see them kind of turn right to the left, and they are about to pass right in front of Acrony's wagon.
I'm gonna let him know. Be like, Acronym.
You can tell you're in the back wagon.
Oh crap.
He's in the front one.
Well.
He doesn't look to be paying attention.
I'm just gonna be. Well. Oh, I'm gonna project my voice with minor illusion, so because I can cast it farther, and just say, "There's deer in front of you." Go 30 feet.
He's like, yes, Saint and Saint, you definitely hear it as well. As Acrony turns around, he's like, "What'd that boy say?"
There's elk.
As he looks back around. What's that saying?
Nope, just saying that this constant cutting out was going to annoy me.
Oh, sorry about that.
My
He just looks
Discord
back.
does that all the time. It's sad.
He just looks back at you, saying, "He's like, what'd that boy say?"
I think he said elk.
Elk. He looks immediately back out, and immediately he sees like 5 of them just prancing right in front of him. He's like, "Whoa!" And he just immediately pulls to a stop. The horse neighing loudly as the elk pass right in front of you, giving you a bit of a jolt, Saint. Immediately Eleanor sees all this ahead. He's like, "Oh, stop!" He immediately pulls the horse to a stop, causing all of you in the back cart to fall forward a little bit. including
Why?
you can hear Cecile just kind of go, kind of growl out as you can see a little bit of the cargo inside has been knocked over onto her.
I'm just gonna kind of like lift it up a little bit, help her out, make sure she's not crushed. Think a dragon will
It's like-
die to boxes.
You do lift it off to her easily enough as she's only moving further back into her little hovel that you've made for her. Nezzy and Ray, you both hear behind you, actually. Do you all mind not hogging up the road? If you look back, you see that it is the half-elf from before who was boasting quite loudly, Enom, on his wagon as he's looking up to all of you.
Man.
What's that?
I said, oh man.
But you already see that Long Nose is already like peeking over his shoulder. He's like, and he doesn't get in the way of Enom, but he does like give you a very slight wave as he's just trying to stay out of this.
Awkward smile back.
He's like a little leprechaun.
He is.
It's not wrong.
He practically is. Does not ginger.
That's all that really happens on this day, as all of you finally set up camp for another time, and it is a pretty uneventful night as you see many people kind of going over to their own little corners of this hilly area, and it's a completely clear night. Stars out completely visibly, the moon shining very bright. Is there anything you guys wish to do before this day ends? As you see everyone kind of building up their own tents, making their own little campfires.
I'm gonna sneak and check on that horse.
The one that was still strapped up?
Yes, I'm gonna sneak an apple to it.
Okay.
Why?
Shh.
If you're wishing to do this, give me a stealth check.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna do where is it? Pass without trace.
Plus 10 to it.
And where? There.
And it's a plus 10, so that's a 29.
Nobody'll know.
So you just pull out an apple from just an extra sack that Eleanor has, and they're pretty fresh. You can tell that they were grown quite well and nourished to perfection. Sneaking over to the horse, you can see that there only seems to be one guard out right now, that being the red-headed dwarf woman with the massive hammer. However, she seems to be up on the cart itself, her feet propped up, crossed over one another, just looking out into the distance, whereas the horse is tied up on the other side of the cart.
Yeah. I'm gonna creep up and sneak it an apple. Be like, here.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know if
looks
they
over
fed
to
you this
you.
morning. But
It looks
here.
over to you, he's like, and like shakes his head at you as you approach.
Yep. I'm gonna do it.
You feeding it the apple?
I'm feeding it the apple.
All right. If you put the apple up to its nose, and it doesn't take it right away, as it is almost looking at you with wary suspicion.
It's okay. It's just an apple. Do you want me to take a bite out of it? Because if I take a bite of it, that's one bite less that you have.
You do see it does take another second to actually sniff, and you can actually feel its nose on your hand a little bit before you just hear a massive crunch as it takes nearly the entire apple into its mouth and starts biting down on it.
I'm gonna pat its cheek.
As you see it kind of turn its head over into your hand.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'll be back.
You just hear as it is quite ecstatic over the treat it's been given, and you just hear a bang on the cart from the front. Right back there, you beast.
Okay, yeah,
But no
I'm
one
gonna,
turned around.
I'm gonna like put my finger up to my mouth and be like, shush, 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 shush.
The shushing lick.
Is that it?
I'll pet its nose and let it know that, hey, I'll be back, and I'm not giving up on you. I'm gonna get you out of this situation, one way or another.
Jesus.
But I'll be back, and I'm gonna walk back to our camp.
It does look at you the entire time you're walking back, even as you just now reach your uh back to your camp, you can still see that in the distance it is still looking out for you somewhere. As it seems very, very distraught over the fact that you've gone.
Kind of like
How could you
whisper
do
to
that?
it, it's okay, I'm right here.
Oh wow.
Is there anything else anyone's doing before this night ends?
Just checking on Satira. Because we can't really give her a lesson when we're surrounded by everything. So that's
um,
fine.
Nezzy, you actually feel a tap on your shoulder.
Oh, I look.
Cupping both of his hands together, you see a widely smiling long nose.
Oh,
He's
oh,
like,
hey, long nose.
how you doing, Miss? Lascivious. We're on a first name basis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He does tip his hat to you as he does so.
I like his hat.
I don't need to impose, but when would I be able to get my hands on those little baubles that you've
Oh,
promised?
yeah,
We gave
oh,
him
yeah.
them already.
No, no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
We did. I
I
thought we gave
pull
him
it
to him
out.
already.
I pull it out of my, I guess, backpack or whatever I have, and I give it to him. I'm like, you still owe us a favor, by the way.
Of course, my miss, I never turn down any promises I make, and I promise that I will pay you back in full. I only need a little bit of time, and whatever you need, I will do to the best of my ability. It's just, I can't thank you enough for these, though.
Nessie,
It's
stop
fine.
scaring the poor guy.
How am I scaring him?
You are a very
You're
terrifying lady, if I'm
shaking
being
and
honest.
jittering.
I did almost bash Robin's head in. Yeah, okay.
You're not
Okay.
helping your
Oh my
case.
God.
You're not helping. Your case.
No.
Yeah, he's listening to you
no.
as he says that. It's like, well, I'm thankful that no one got their head bashed in that night. That's not what I wanted at all.
Well, he stole, so I mean, I don't know what he wanted.
Uh, Thank you very much. If you need anything, just let me know. And he
Yeah,
immediately
we'll do.
scurries off with them into the night
Oh well.
as he looks so ecstatic.
Hmm.
I will say that the night does pass over. You all get a good long rest as the morning does come by once again with the sun coming over. You continue on, and this time you're kind of in the middle of the group instead of being towards the back. As ahead of you, you can see that. Give me one sec. Ahead of you, you can see that one of the carts does belong to one of the cultists. They don't seem. You just see that one is kind of looking back very lazily, although not like he's looking at anyone specifically. Just that he's looking back down the road, his chin in his hands. And then, now comes one of the most harrowing parts of this journey.
Oh boy.
What?
The actual Village of the Dead?
You guys pass over one last hill as you hear Equity. Aye, hey, lads, come check this out.
Mhm.
I'm looking now.
He points out, and you see an expansive field of badlands and dunes. Some plant life growing in very specific places, only it looks far less hospitable than the lands you've been going through thus far. In fact, it looks actually quite nasty. He's like, if there's anything else you need before we head on in. Best do it now. Don't think we're gonna have much in the way of natural supplies once we're in there.
So do we need anything?
We got water because I filled that up.
Yes, you have barrels full of water with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're good. We're good on food.
As long as supplies are good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll trust you on that. May the gods watch over us. As he immediately just whips the horse again to get going.
Alright.
Moving in, you can already see that there is a clear difference in heat to this place. It is, despite being a badland, it feels more humid than dry,
Ugh.
as it is very heavy, especially in the tarp wagon that you have here. As you can already see that it's, I'd say about several hours into traveling in, the horses are already having toll taken on them, as you can see literal sweat dripping from their coats.
Oof.
You would guess that it's humid air of about 95 degrees at least, with little breeze.
Freak. That's like
That's
death.
so bad.
That is death.
You can see that Aldor is like taking out a handkerchief and he's already like stroking his entire face with it because he is very bad for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be the worst part of the trip, but I wasn't expecting this. You hear Elnor say.
It's so high.
Someone fill a canteen up to me, please.
Is that Acme?
Yes.
I give him some of my canteen.
Oh, thank you. And without looking, the horse is still going, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm in
He
the
just
cart.
takes his. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you switched over.
No, I'm wherever Cecira's at, and yeah. So
All right
sweet.
then. But as you guys do go through, you spend the next couple of days going, as very little happens. Can all of you give me a perception check?
Sure. That's not ominous at all. Oh.
Oh, well.
We all did pretty good.
Scroll
Let's
down
see
a
what
bit.
Saint.
We all
There we
did.
go.
Everyone got pretty good rolls.
I nearly got 20.
Almost.
As you guys are all kind of looking out, you can see that there is still a blistering heat throughout the whole place. But something catches your eye for a second. Up, I'd say a few hundred feet away, you see a small glint of metal.
Squint at it. Squint real hard.
Squint.
I'd say with all of your perception checks, you can see what it is. Peeking over a rock looks to be a red-skinned hobgoblin.
Oh.
As he's just arm on the rock. How high? I would say about 20 feet high, only it's a good distance away, and you only see one. As he's just looking over the rock, arm across it, as he's just looking at the caravan pass.
I'm gonna alert Eleanor.
Yeah.
Where?
Point up to the bridge. Up there.
Is it?
See the glint of metal?
Must have good eyes. I must not have good ones anymore. You can see that she's not quite in the right spot to see the glint.
Well.
And then
He doesn't look to be doing anything, but he's locking eyes with all of you.
how far is he, you said?
About 200 feet at least.
Oh.
I think we need to keep an eye on him. For sure.
Yeah, we definitely do. I'm gonna look out
Maybe.
elsewhere.
So he can see us pretty good, right?
At the very least, it looks like you can see the whole caravan, and you can probably see
Okay.
a few figures amongst it.
This is literally like the Oregon Trail.
It is Oregon Trail.
So, do you think we should tell the other caravans?
The ones we like, yeah.
We should definitely tell our old
how fast would you say we're going right now?
You are going at a steady pace. It's not like the horses are constantly trotting, but you are going faster than walking.
Oh.
Okay, so if I were to get out for a little bit and run up to the caravans that are friends and
Well,
let them know, would I be able to like
I mean,
do that?
It would be a bit of a struggle to get up to some of them, but thankfully there are a few that are behind as well, so it's not horrible to get to them. And you are, if you run at full sprint, you would be able to run past
how
many
far
of the
is the one
cards.
like
Yeah, I
friends
mean,
from us? Because I could probably just like project my voice over to some of them.
I mean, I
You
could do
don't know
that.
where all of them are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be easier for me, faster one out of us four, to get out and go do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I'm gonna go do
So,
that.
so who would you say you all go to first?
Oh,
See if we can
jeez.
find them.
Um,
Elf lady.
yeah, the elf lady that we gave the horse to. I want to tell the pole.
Pole's with his other
Um,
friends though. The elf wise.
well, just him specifically,
Right.
so he
Um,
knows.
as you go up to Eldhiri, you do see that she is just not really paying much attention to the road itself. What do you say to her?
Probably let her know, like, hey, keep an eye on your surroundings. We saw a
You see something?
hobgoblin. Yeah, we saw a hobgoblin. He didn't do
Hobgoblin out
anything,
here.
but he was watching.
I never heard of any hobgoblins out here.
Oh, there was
In
one.
fact, I never even heard much of anything living out here.
Well, just be aware.
Okay, yeah, I will. Thank you. As you already see, she's kind of keeping an eye on the side roads. And you said you go to the pole.
Uh-huh.
What would you say to him? As you can see that he's on the back of the cart still, but he's like intensely like looking out amongst the surroundings. His gaze not leaving where he's looking.
Probably ask him if he's seen anything.
The red skinned one.
Oh, so you saw him. Alright.
I saw him. I've gone down. I've gone down these paths before. These are Shawnee hobgoblins.
Oh.
They have a few tribes out in these lands. I
Well,
bet that one's just a small scout. Whether he's going to report back or not for a raid is something else.
well, since you've been through here a few times, have you had to deal with them very often?
Once or twice. They aren't too much for someone like myself, and I would assume you, but these small wagon goers, I wouldn't say could last much against them. Of course, it depends on how big their tribe is. They aren't. The biggest I've seen is about 15 of them in one. Smallest is 4.
And what can you tell me about having to fight them? Like,
They're savages. Hardly anything in the way of tactics. Maybe a random arrow coming your way, and they rely on ambushes. So keep your eyes out.
any weaknesses other than the obvious, knife to the throat? Or any other major vein?
Honestly, that sounds like the best possible way to deal with them.
Oh, okay.
Other
Noted.
other than that, just keep an eye out. Some
Noted.
some tribes can tip their arrows in poison.
Let's see.
I've been hit a few times myself.
I wouldn't be surprised if you did. Anyway, we'll be keeping an eye on him. If something happens, let us know. Because is he like ahead or behind us?
But at this point, he's behind, and he doesn't seem like he was actually following.
Okay. Gotcha.
Belle, you would know it's about like 3 in the morning. Sorry, not 3 in the morning. Jeez, 3 in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, sun in the sun in 3 a.m. So.
Wow. I mean,
It's like Alaska.
hmm.
And I think think with that, I'm gonna return back to the cart unless there's anybody else you all wanted me to talk to.
I can
Wine
talk
guy.
to my guy real quick. What?
Wine guy.
Oh, the wine guy.
Oh,
Yes.
wine guy.
Where is he?
He's not much of a fighter, so better
White
let
guy
him
and
go.
the gnome.
Where
Yeah.
is he?
You don't see him immediately.
He's probably towards the front,
Uh,
where the cultist might be.
actually, would he be towards the front or would he be towards the back? Was he hungover? Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna run to the front of the caravan and watch all the different carts that go by until I find his. That way I don't have
I
to
like how
move
there's
down
just
the
this
line.
person just running.
Yeah,
Out of my way.
everyone in the cart just sees this. What, you're 7 foot tall?
I'm 7 foot something.
Yeah, 7 foot tall furbolg just sprinting all the way down this line of carts until you come to the familiar purple one. As
There
you
it
can
is.
see that actually sitting on top of it is the gnome from before, Radixir. And you can already see that Bade is on the front, gently smoking a pipe right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna wave him down and be like, hey, 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 you got a second?
Sorry, what is it? And where's your horse?
Don't worry about that. So we saw something out in the trees. You might
Shut up,
need to
dude.
keep on the lookout. Just
Like
saying.
what? Stray dog?
No, a hobgoblin.
You see him like he has a massive intake of smoke from the pipe all of a sudden.
Jesus, man, just stop smoking.
Hobgoblins?
Yep.
Haven't seen one of them out here for some time.
It was just one, though.
Well, there's one, there's many. Hopefully they don't
Yeah.
have any freaking trolls with them.
Trolls?
You hear of some hobgoblin tribes out there that tame some, grow some. Whether they do that out here, I'm not sure, but you definitely hear stories.
Oh, lovely. Well, the poll didn't mention that. Just that, sometimes they'll dip their arrows in poison. But that's good to know.
You wouldn't happen to be, looking for rehiring a bodyguard, would you? Could easily use one.
Wait, what? Are you asking for us?
I'm asking if you can.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just tell him to stick close.
let me run back there and talk with my people, and I'll come back.
Please, please.
Mhm.
I
I'm
just
gonna run
imagine
back.
Tyranny someone in the back be like, she's not coming back.
Yeah, you do see Ray just running back all of a sudden.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Good God.
I told Faith, old blind boy, and he said he needs a bodyguard.
Why don't
So,
you just tell him to stick close to us?
what?
Why don't you just tell him like right next to us? That way we can just have him next to us at all times. Then we can bodyguard
Well,
Acridy and him.
well, you see, there's 3 of you here. I think Acridy's fine.
Well,
I'm gonna go up there with him. So,
Yeah.
if something happens, let me know somehow. I don't know, like, you can send a message, right?
I don't have that spell, but I can give you
Uh,
something.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's
well,
doing.
you'll do something. I'm sure I'll know what it is.
Sure. Yeah,
And
we'll go with that.
all right. And if something happens up there, well, I'll run back here. It'll be fine.
Oh, by the way, guys, while we're all here, should we protect him, or should we like let him know in case he didn't like somehow he's like being deaf and just not hearing us? I'm pointing to Eldor. Like talk about
What?
a hobgoblin. Should we try? Should we tell him in case he's not listening at all?
I heard you.
Oh, okay. Just want to let you know. So you should probably like, you know, protect yourself. Okay.
Protect yourself.
I mean, like.
Oh, trust me. I've had to deal with my fair share of hobgoblins, goblins, whatever you want to call them, green or red folk.
Okay.
No offense, lass. And he looks down to Ray and Nezzy.
Oh god.
Happens.
Well, on that note, I'm leaving, and I'm gonna run back up to the wine cart.
Wait, didn't I hire you?
Oh, I was talking to Aldor. About,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Aldor?
yeah. I was
Oh,
like,
I thought you were talking to Acrony. That's my
No.
bad.
I was like, maybe Aldor should like, I don't know, move in so it's not
Is it?
gonna get shot.
And what, my friend, would I have to move in closer for?
A hobgoblin.
He looks up to you. He's like, "Where?"
Well, they saw us. Back that way.
He immediately moves back into the cart.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening.
He's like moving up to the front.
All right. Have fun
Wasn't
up
he
there.
the one driving the car?
No, that's Acrony. He's the guy who's driving. Aldor's the hitchhiker.
Yeah, the one that doesn't talk
Hitchhiker.
much.
The fancy one.
Fancy guy who does not
The
talk.
stuck-up
and he's
one.
book. Yes.
We weren't paid to protect him, so.
No, I guess I'm just doing it because I'm nice.
As he moves up, you already hear. And he like moves over to the opposite wall, just like
Amy
arms
Corky.
splayed against it.
I see you
Yeah.
with the pet.
Get your beast under control.
Listen, if anything, she'll protect you. Okay?
Yeah, I can tell if she seems to be wants to disembowel me.
Well, you insulted her.
That's her way of saying she likes you.
Mm-hmm.
There's like an evil glint in her eye right now.
Dylan, for context, he insulted her. And I think he called her a mongrel. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, what does it currently look like?
Right now a dragon. But it's in its hidey hole.
Her hiding.
Oh, it looks like a dragon right now?
Oh god.
She's in her like little den.
Oh yeah, he can't quite see it, but he does see teeth, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's all he needs to
That's
see.
that's why I'm kind of
Don't mind
like
the pet.
not wasted scrolls of like keeping her in her hidey hole. So yeah.
As it is going about the day, all of a sudden every single cart stops. It's like, whoa!
No, what is it now?
And then we're saying, you hear Acrony calling up, "Hey, what's the holdup? We got one of the carts stopped. They're not moving. Which one?" You see one guy like put his finger up as sort of wait.
I see.
I'm looking around.
It's that fat man Werther's.
It's the fat guy.
Did he die?
Of course, he's
Did he have a
probably
heart
stopped
attack?
for another chicken.
I don't know.
Family?
Probably getting his daily massage on.
Exactly.
Excuse me?
Nasty.
He knows exactly what he's on about.
You already see that a few people are going up to see what is holding him up.
Yeah, I'll go.
I suppose
I'll
I
go,
should get down and
yeah.
check.
Yeah.
As you guys are going up, and you can already hear a little yelling coming from a few people. I don't care whether he was won or not. I'm here to pay for you 6,000 gold pieces for the return of that horse. Are you going to give it to me, or are you not? As you see him looking, you see they're standing right next to his cart. A little bit of a gathering of people as he's talking right to Hillary, the elf woman.
I'm having to memorize many NPCs here. So
Elf
I
lady
know,
we're
I'm sorry
cool
about
with.
that.
The elf lady who likes horsey.
Yes, Werther's the guy who abused the horse, and we kind of won in a game of poker.
Mm-hmm.
right.
So Werther's the fat man.
And he's
Was
trying to get 6,000
was
gold
it a
off of
legit win?
It was a legit win, yeah.
Yes.
He
Okay.
just sucked.
Okay.
Okay, we did not cheat at all.
You lost fair and square, and now you're having to want to sell me a dead horse.
And his horse died.
What?
Whoa,
The horse
what
died,
was that?
apparently. I think it was his Yeah.
Idiot. You have a way with animals. I'm sure you can nurse it. You do hear a railing just
If
down
I,
on the ground.
if I look at it, what's wrong with it looking like?
If you guys look past them, all four of you can see a horse lying flat on its side. And it looks to be breathing very sporadically right now.
Is it dehydrated?
Yeah, no,
It doesn't
I'm
look
storming over
healthy.
there. What did you do?
Yeah. Here we
Is it-
go.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Back off, you furball, as you see the dwarf kind of pushing you away.
Yeah, no, good luck pushing me, stunty.
Alright, hang on.
Okay.
How many of them are there surrounding here?
You'd guess there's about 10 people at least.
10 people that are having a pop at our guys, yes?
Well, okay, sorry, no. There are 3 of them that are against you, which is Vertha the Fat Man, a dwarf
Right.
bodyguard, and a mage bodyguard. And they're surrounding their horse, where you see is the elf lady who they were arguing with.
We won the horse from the fat guy.
Yes,
He had 2 horses.
Yeah, 2 horses.
we're a
Damn it.
one horse carriage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I kind of
everybody else only had
suspected
one
he'd be a
horse.
problem.
And now, because he didn't take care of his horse, he wants to basically get rid of it for another horse.
Ray, you can specifically see that there are fresh whip marks on it.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy. I'm gonna start growling.
You see the mage brandishing spells, whereas the dwarf brandishes her hammer.
I don't care.
No, no,
What
no, no,
did
no, no,
you
no, 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 no.
Do.
He's saying, no, please. You all see kind of a man come between you guys. One you've seen but not interacted with. A man who looks fairly fair. People have called him Samordag the Hopper, and he does seem to have a small lute on his back, and he's just kind of getting in between both of you. We can settle this like civilized people, surely not with bloodshed.
Agreed.
Blood's already been shed. I'm gonna look over to that horse.
It's an animal.
Wow, dramatic.
Who said that it was an animal?
Verther.
And he's gonna say that to me.
He says
To
it out loud.
me. To me.
He says it smugly too.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, no. This is anger starting to get directed towards him at this point.
No.
He's digging himself a hole.
You know what? How about this then? 10,000 gold pieces for the return of the horse. What do you say?
I assume the horse on the floor is his other one that
Yeah,
was
the
pulling
one.
his car.
Yeah, and he let it dehydrate, and he's been whipping it also now.
Dylan, I feel so bad for you having to come in the middle of all this, not
it's
knowing
fine,
what
it's fine.
happened.
I'm getting myself back into the
Basically,
swing of things,
he
kind
doesn't
of.
care for his horses at all, and he just.
Yeah, I gathered
yeah.
that. I gathered.
So now he's gonna try and
I
get
mean,
his other horse back in the vehicle.
So far, my judgment on this is that you, my friend, have been beating this horse, and as far as I'm concerned, you should be pulling that cart yourself right now.
I agree.
You cur? You dare speak to me with such words?
Yes, I just did. I looked at Ray. Ray, did I stutter?
No, I don't think he did.
I'm sorry I couldn't hear you hiding behind that helmet of yours.
Maybe you should clean your ears out.
I'm looking around for the cultists right now.
Oh, they're like... You can't see them anywhere near you guys right now, as they don't seem to be taking part in this.
Okay. But are they like paying attention, I presume?
You can't really see them right now, because they probably are further back. How about this? 11,000 gold pieces then. But you will have that horse not for any price. Not after what happened to this one especially.
You heard the lady.
No means no.
It's your fault for not taking care of it.
I will have that horse.
That sounds like a threat.
In a
I
minute,
bought
you'll
it.
have my foot up your ass, and that's all you'll be getting.
There's a shoulder that's slams down on Werther's. Well, there's a shoulder. There's a hand that slams down on Werther's shoulder. He's like, make that 2 foot.
Is that
And he
the
looks
pole?
up. You see the pole.
Yeah. Our 7.5 feet tall human.
Werther immediately like moves back, getting his hand off his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of put himself in the middle of multiple people that's going to put a foot up his ass.
Can't expect to leave me here.
Mm.
I need
Oh no,
way out of this place.
we're not leaving you here. You have the choice of pull the car or stay.
I mean,
Well,
look at
Honestly,
you.
this is
expect
your
me to do
problem.
such a thing.
Yes, look at you. You could use the exercise.
I was gonna say.
If you could see just Fat Roll's scowl, that's what you're seeing
Yeah.
as his face seems to contort into a single point.
As he totally laughs.
Looks like beardless Santa. I'm assuming the silent at this. What is the silent doing? Like last time when we freaking.
Oh, he's not even
Oh, this
involved in
guy.
this.
Nope, but apparently he's got the ungodly hearing.
Yeah, imagine he would have
I
laughed.
imagine he's laughing his freaking butt off.
If
right
he-
now.
If you did, you didn't hear him.
Oh god.
Yeah, he seems to calm down for a second, straightening his robes. I'll ask you kindly then. May I have my horse back?
Look at the other horse. You still have one there. You probably just need to take better care of it.
Look at it. It's a lost
Mhm.
cause.
No.
And whose
Sarah Lee.
fault
Go
is
over another
that?
mile.
And what would change exactly if you did have the other one? You would
At
literally
least get a
just
little farther.
we literally just
Hopefully.
into the
So-
Badlands, huh?
I have a question here for you, Werther. What happens when both of your horses die and you're stranded out here alone?
Mm.
Well, I have to hope that they're actually well bred.
Well, the breeding means nothing if you don't take care of them.
Hopper.
How about this? I'll pay the fine man, the fine gentleman Acrony for one of his. I'm sure that will do for just fine. And he starts walking off.
What's always acronym?
Mm-hmm.
I walk back to Acrony.
I don't think Acrony's gonna go for
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I
already
feel like
walking
I
back, and I'm like,
Acrony's gonna give him the what for.
Acrony literally
Gonna tell him.
freaking Bob
See,
Robin.
A
okay?
moment ago, we gave him the warning of a foot up the ass. Acrony won't give him a warning.
Yeah. He literally did not, okay? He literally did not. He was straight up just like, as he was threatening to punch him, and the moment she didn't and calmed down, Acrony's like, oh my god, you're not gonna do it. Bah!
Yeah, he just headbutted the guy.
Yeah, I'm speed walking back towards Acrony.
Yeah, join you.
Yeah, are you going ahead of him?
Yeah, I'm going straight ahead.
I mean,
gonna
I
stay
imagine
behind
we're
him.
faster.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn around to the Hopper and be like, is this a regular occurrence?
To who?
Samadag the Hopper.
Ah,
Poker.
yeah, Hopper. Sorry.
Hopper.
Amazing. Well, this is my first time with this group, I would say. I definitely wasn't expecting to have to be the middleman.
No, you get used to it after a while.
Oh, you do this often?
I've lost count. Yes.
I pray that we're not going to have much more of it. Although if Acrony doesn't give him one of his horses, I don't know what he's going to do about this cart here.
It is his problem.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that. Just I think I wouldn't wish the fate on anyone else. Not in a place
No.
like this.
But he could have thought about it before beating a horse.
As he goes up to the car, you guys have already gotten back. He did. And you see Acrony is still, like, prepping a few things in the cart for when things finally get going again.
Mm-hmm.
Acrony?
He, like, leans up and you see him, like, knock his head on the top of one of the boards. Ah!
Sorry.
What?
Werther's coming here to try and buy a horse from you. Please don't let him have one. He's just gonna kill it like he just killed his other one. Basically.
That fat bastard.
Yeah, he just killed his horse
Told
basically
you.
from whipping it and dehydrating
Wouldn't
he's kind of doomed himself here.
Yeah.
wouldn't sell these 2 mares for all the gold in the world.
All right, because he's out. Because
So-
he already tried buying the loan we got off of him last night for 11,000.
Acrony, my man. As you see the Verther already walking right up to him. I have a proposition for you. Don't want to hear it, Verther. He's like, but just listen. I'm prepared to buy one of your mares for a nice 10,000 gold pieces. Come again?
Oh.
As you see Acrony kind of
I'm kind of
stops
giving
moving for a second.
Acrony pleading eyes right now, like, please don't. Like, don't, man.
He's like, you heard. Despite what these ruffians may tell you, I'm prepared to offer you 10,000 gold pieces for one of your lovely mares here. Acrony looks back at them. He's like, that's awfully steep for just a horse. I'm a wealthy man, and I'm willing to make a few investments to make sure I get my product where it is going. Acrony looks at an impasse right now, as he is very unsure.
Do I see this from off in the distance?
I'm still giving
You
him
see
my
there's-
pleading eyes.
Yeah, right. You kind of see there's something going on there, but you don't know what's being said.
The pleading
Yeah,
eyes.
no, I don't know. Like, I know he said he was gonna go buy one off of Acrony. I'm gonna, like, look Acrony dead in the eye, point to the other horse on the ground, and shake my head. No.
I'm
Let's
just gonna
see
turn
if-
and be like, look,
I'm
this group is your
begging him
responsibility.
right now.
Just
I am.
you do whatever you think's best.
I'm just wiggling my finger. No, 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 no.
What do you say, Belle?
I'm basically just still giving the pleading eyes. I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's gonna be a wisdom save versus a persuasion check right now.
I can't inspire that, can I?
At the same time, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere with hobgoblins watching us, so you know.
Yeah. I don't care about the fat man.
Speaking of hobgoblins, do I see any? Or...
At the moment, you don't see anything on the horizon. If they are there, they're very good at hiding, but as right now, you look okay.
Alright.
You do see him, or Acrony, kind of just inhale. He gets off the wagon, and he walks right over to Verther. One of them rolled a nat 20.
Oh boy, here we
no.
go.
Do we have a deal? Bertha? You take your sack of gold and shove it up your ass.
Yes!
Very well then. And he immediately starts walking away. Cart.
Whew, thank you so much, Acrony.
Pat him on the back.
Do you have any idea? You see, like he's almost on the verge of crying.
He's got
How hard it was to ignore all that.
I know it's hard. However, I don't think it's not even worth it in that.
I could have gotten out of this business if that was the case.
But then, what would you do about all the poor souls that need help?
Yeah.
The boss I was gonna go suck it. I want my gold.
Ow.
This better be worth it.
It was.
You do see Verther is coming back, Ray,
Oh my god.
and he just is looking at his gold with just a scowl and just beats his head against the side of the wagon.
Ah, good. Maybe it'll knock some sense into you. Take better care of your horse.
The horse you can still hear is just going.
Now, if you don't care, I'd like to at least try to save the one remaining horse you have.
Do as you wish. He just walks
good.
away.
Yeah, I'm on my
Yeah.
way back as well.
I'm gonna run and get a barrel off the cart. Barrel
Because-
of water, I should say.
Yeah, you do pick it up. It is quite heavy though, even for your size.
It's worth it.
You do see that Elhiri is like laying the horse's head on her lap, trying to comfort it.
Do we have like spears or staves or staffs, sticks of any kind?
Probably.
I've got some javelins.
Those will work. We'll stick those in the ground. We'll take a tarp or a blanket, because I'm sure we have that, and we'll make like a little shady area for the horse. Yeah.
If you also try
Okay.
healing it, I don't know if that would help at all. And I can try healing it.
You can tell this is more of an exhaustion thing rather than, oh, it's about to bleed to death. I would say it's on like level 5 exhaustion. So level 6 is just death.
Yeah.
So it just needs to sleep.
But yeah, you do start taking the javelins, Nezzy just like, and I guess it's like just 4 of them kind of spaced over for the tarp. Okay, and yeah, you do put it over, just trying to get it like the head mainly, and a few of like the upper part of the body.
Yep.
And it does seem like it does help cool it a little, but again, this is a humid heat, so it is a bit odd. And you do see that Alhiri's already like sprinkling it with little bits of water from her canteen.
I'm gonna help her by taking handfuls out of the barrel and lightly drizzle it over the horse's neck, down his chest, kind of where the lungs are. Make sure it gets towards the heart, because that's gonna help cool it down faster.
You do that, and it does trickle down, and the horse is still breathing erratically. Only whether it's helping or not in the long run, you'll have to see. But it does. But it is better off than leaving it out in the heat.
What about the horse? I mean, like,
You can't. I would say Saint and Belle. You can see already that there are like 2 figures circling in the sky.
I'm gonna look up. What is it?
Well then.
They look very bird-like. Because they like imagine like the sun's right there, so it's like silhouetting. But judging from how they're moving around, yeah, they're circling right above where the horse is.
Oh, cool.
How high up?
Well,
I mean, a fair distance.
well, Ray, whatever you're doing, you might want to do it a bit faster.
Man. What can I do? Hold on, I need to look.
I feel like this is gonna be such a sad moment
Oh,
if something
jeez.
goes bad.
Herbalism kit. Do I have? Yes, I have an herbalism kit. Is there anything I could give it to, like, that's in the kit to give to the horse to give it a little bit more energy until the night?
You could try.
Yes.
As you're starting to pull out your kit, you do hear "here" from the side.
So
As-
Eltiri's helping me.
It is not Eltiri.
Is it the green?
Oh.
As you look
moss
up,
lady?
you do see Green Isma,
Yes, I was just
who is
thinking about the
leaning
moss.
down. You do leaning down with a few bits of red moss.
Oh, thank you.
Your friends wanted me to gather some of this, and I was meaning to give it to them, but I can give some to you if you need it.
Well, we can try it.
Please, they have healing properties.
Yes. Use what we can.
Give me an herbalism kit check with wisdom.
Oh boy. 16.
Okay, yeah, you do make a small energizer from the moss that is able to, you see, get it going. As you can already see, the water and the shade is helping it greatly. And honestly, you think this, after just another night's of rest, this horse will live through the day?
Day. Oh no.
Hmm?
Okay. I said just one day. Oh no.
Yeah, just one day. No, but it does like it'll live through the day.
All right.
I think you have quite the talent there, miss.
That's oh boy's bodyguard, right? Werther.
Yes. The
Yeah,
tiefling.
I learned it out in the woods, taking care of myself. Now, tell me, do you agree with everything that this old Werther boy, what he does? Or are you just here because of money?
Well, the money is certainly a good value here. 20 gold per day isn't a bad thing.
Eh,
I can't say I agree with every one of his decisions. He's definitely not one for efficiency when it comes to his beasts. But I'm not getting paid to question anything.
Well, maybe you should.
He didn't say anything to that, as he's just looking down at the horse at this point.
Because sometimes you need to ask yourself, what would have happened if this horse would have died and he couldn't have gotten another? You'd have been stranded out here with him.
I have teleportation circles, my friend.
Well,
I have nothing to worry about, but that's between you and me.
I see.
I like this guy. He's got a backup plan.
He's like, bye, brother.
Whoop.
So I have nothing to worry about. If he wishes to beat his horses to death and leave him stranded in the middle of nowhere with only gods know what lives out here, then that is his problem.
Well, I suppose it is his problem, but...
And I suppose Aidkins, but he looks over to make sure the little dwarf lady's not listening. She didn't hear that from me.
Well.
But at least thank you for at least promise me a few more days of gold.
Oh, you think I'm giving the horse back?
No, of course not. The further we go in this travel, the more gold I get per day. So I thank you, miss. What's your name?
Raynala.
Raynala. My name is Jagar.
I'm sorry, come again?
Jagar.
Okay. Jagar.
Who's like Jagar?
What?
No, nothing.
And is pleased to make your acquaintance. So, this all pass. You can already see that many of the...
No.
Gosh dang it.
No.
That's not what you were talking about.
Huh?
Okay,
no.
Never mind.
No.
That's where my mind went.
Nick.
But you can see that the evening's already coming to a close already. The horses, you can already see that many people have already started setting up their camps at this point, as they already see that this is probably not going anywhere fast, so they might as well get everything set up.
Yep.
I'm keeping an eye out because I know we're probably not that far from the hobgoblin.
Yeah. Nezzy's been doing that.
Yeah, Nezzy and Belle, you guys looking out for quite a while now. You can see the buzzards have already kind of gone as there's too many people around. And if there's any sign of the hobgoblins, you don't see them. So wherever they went,
they'll show themselves.
Yeah, wherever they've gone, they're not here. Although again, you've not really seen hobgoblins like this before, because from what you saw, they were wearing massive wolf pelts around them.
Wolf pelts in the desert?
It looked like it.
Desert wolves.
Desert.
I don't know.
This is really a desert. It's more like a dusty plain.
It kind of is. You can still see there's vegetation here and there, and it's more humid than dry, despite the fact there are dunes.
It's still hot as balls out here, okay? I mean, like, freak. I ain't gonna wear no wolf
It is. You can see the sun has pretty much gone down at this point. It's still like 81 degrees out. And humid.
Screw that.
You see Acron, he's just like laying against one of the wagons, coating himself in water. As his white shirt is just soaked.
Oh my god.
I feel sorry for you guys because you've all got to keep yourselves hydrated.
Screw you. Yeah, rub it in. Rub it in.
After some time, Ray, the horse shakily gets back up. As it stands on its full height.
I'm gonna stand up with it, and pet it on the nose.
I mean,
I think he's taking a liking to you.
Well, told it I'd come back for it. I'm not just gonna leave it with him.
You do hear the dwarf lady up on the cart go, "All right, you've got it back to health. Now off with you. Don't need you pestering it anymore.
Pestering? I've done more for it than you have.
And we thank you kindly. Now move off."
Oh, you know what? I think I want payment for this.
She just takes out a sack, throws it on the ground. There.
That's
Got your
not good
payment.
enough.
It better be.
It's not.
I'm
It
just
better
waiting
be.
for it to throw me like, I want blood.
No. Yeah,
Yes,
no,
you're
I'm
not
gonna
getting
kick the
any
sack
more
of
for that.
gold back. I'm gonna kick this old stack of gold back at her. No,
That's your loss.
where's Berther?
He doesn't need to speak to you.
Crying.
Well then. You know what? You know what? I might have a plan. I'll have to think this over. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit longer.
That is a very
The
high
actual
level
horse
wizard
heist.
right there. I mean, probably not.
You
that
already hear-
finger.
You just feel Elhiri just kind of pat you on the shoulder. Not worth it at the moment. We'll get him back, she whispers.
I'll get him too.
You already see the dwarf is wielding her hammer just in case. Are you still standing there?
For a moment. I mean, I kind of have to pick up everything, but in the process, I'm gonna do it real slow. Stare her dead in the eye the whole time, too.
She just kind of lowly growls, but she doesn't stop you. As the more you pick up, the faster you're out. I will say, after some time, you do finally pick all the stuff up. And you guys all find yourselves back around in your own little camp. So you see no one has lit any fires right now. Is there anything you guys wish to do?
I'm checking out Cecilia.
Okay. Yeah, she's not really moved much.
Okay. Make sure Aldor ain't doing anything.
What's that?
Make sure Aldor
Oh,
ain't
I'm
doing
right.
anything.
What's that, Saint?
Okay, what's going on?
What'd you say, Saint? I didn't hear you.
No, I was just like, no, nothing, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Eventually, it comes to the next day, my friends. You are now on day 6 of the entire journey. You can already see that. What's that?
And we're not even halfway through.
You can see that the horse is still standing quite nicely, but there's something that actually does throw a little bit of warmth in your heart, I would think, Ray. As you do see that, at the very least, you can see Jagar giving a nice pouch of water to the horse.
Well, good. At least they're starting to care for it more.
Meanwhile, you just see Verther in the back, still counting up a few things on a scroll as he's looking at the vast amount of silk in his cart. As it looks like he's just taking inventory for the 5th time this whole time. As you guys move on, is there anything you wish to do before you finally get back on the carts? I'll take the silence. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Just still looking for this hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You're still looking. All right. I'll say as you guys all get back on your carts. Do you actually go ahead and if you're looking out, go ahead and give me perception checks, I guess.
Sure. Oh,
We see it nothing.
We rolled horribly this time.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, you guys are just looking at it. You don't really see much, because maybe just the random dust devil every once in a while, as you see it blowing by. You do see above that, again, there are 2 vultures. As you can tell, there's probably something dead around here.
That's not good. That's no.
Although you don't see that anything has stopped. No carts have stopped yet.
Yet.
So, I never asked before, but where do you all hail from? You hear Acrony talking back to you guys.
Baragust.
Ooh. Yeah, it's a nice place, right on the tradeway. I went through there a few times myself. Have any family?
Whoa, wow.
Wife's been a
You
dog.
sound unsure. What's that? There are a few people talking over each other here. He's saying, frick, okay, sorry. After he just looks like he's saying, what's that? You sound unsure, as he looks back to Saint.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not quite sure if there's any family of mine left.
Don't tell you like that. There's someone out there waiting for you to find them. Just gotta keep looking.
Maybe.
Took a while for me to find my stepbrother. Well, he was already in a coffin.
Oh, well
Wow.
then. May have found him a bit too late.
But hey, at least I would hope he had a good life. I actually don't know much about him. Kind of intuitive, actually, now that I think about it. But hey,
You win some, you lose some, I guess.
oh, exactly. And I'm sure that you'll find. And immediately he's cut off as he as he leans over. You see something fly by his face.
Oh, great. All right, let's do this.
Oh, he wasn't hit. That's a good thing.
He's like, He's like holding his cheek as he's like leaning back in the seat. What the bloody hell?
Oh boy.
Looking for the hobgoblins. Where are they?
Yep.
As you guys are looking out, you don't see any hobgoblins.
What is it?
Like, you don't see anything. He's like,
What is it?
what? He like pulls his hand back. You see, like, he's bleeding a fair bit. Nothing like fatal, but you can see that there's like plenty of blood coming. You see, like, there's a massive scratch down, like a double scratch down his face.
Double scratch?
Huh.
What
Like a
was it
talon.
from?
Oh, a
Oh, talon.
I look up.
Interesting.
As you see Talon's heading right for your face, Belle. Everyone roll me an initiative as soon as we get on this map.
Oh god, what are they? Vultures? Are we fighting vultures? Like, what are we fighting here?
1 sec, please.
Well, it could be worse. I thought we were going to be
I
dealing
don't
with
think it'd
poison
be
arrows.
vultures, Nick.
I mean, hey, we've only seen.
No, they go after the
vultures.
dead things. We're pretty much alive.
Nah,
As you see, 1 sec.
Like I say, it's black.
see darkness?
Darkness is all you see.
Darkness,
Am I
my
dead?
Yep.
friend.
1
Did
sec.
it finally happen?
Almost.
Hello, darkness,
Where am I?
my friend.
Talk with you.
I'd say I see the light, but
Ooh, Yes, I did.
When you guys
Oh.
click your token.
Okay.
Token. I don't. Okay. Oh.
Initiative.
Where am I at?
As-
Where?
Party time?
You see that there are these two bird-like creatures, very odd looking, with these large feathers coming off them, and they look very vicious, as they are quite large, even for a bird-like creature.
Heck is that? What is that?
Oh, is this a monster that you don't know about, Nick?
Oh. No, I don't know. No.
It's a very obscure one. And here's the strange part about looking at this creature. It has very beautiful, vibrant wings, like orange and blue colors, even whites on its chest area. And it has talons like a bird, and even a beak. However, it has ears like an elk. It has antlers and teeth in its beak.
Huh.
They made a
And
skill in this smite.
as you're kind of sorry, I was gonna point out as you're kind of looking out, Belle.
Mm-hmm.
This one came right for you, and it's gonna end the surprise round
Okay.
because you guys didn't notice them.
With a low perception. Oh, I'm gonna get stabbed.
It's-
Great.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
You as it immediately comes down with its talons, and Ray and Nezzy, and even Saint, as you look back, you see it actually grab around his face with both of its talons, and it nearly gores his eyes out as it and it just scratches across his face, and you'll take 10 damage.
Oh, there goes my 10 hit points.
And guess what?
I'm grappled.
It flies away.
Oh. Wait, if it flies away, wouldn't that be...
It was fast. Something you didn't know about Perytons. If they dive, then they can do a flyby, and they do not get opportunity attacked.
Oh, they have that ability? Oh.
Mhm.
Why?
And Ray, it is now your go.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna pull a hobo move. Jump out of the cart.
Oh boy.
Grab a rock.
You're pulling a hobo!
I'm pulling a hobo move. I'm gonna throw it at that one.
So this
Which
is what
one?
it's referred to now as.
The one that hit Belle.
A hobo move?
Alright. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Dex, where are you? There you are.
And I'll say with proficiency, so...
Oh,
that'll
20.
be... Oh, don't worry. Oh, that's a hit. As... Boom! Go ahead and give me a 1d4 plus your dex. As it just strikes it right along the back. You hear a loud...
Plus, what is my dex? Is my dex 3? My dex is 3. 3.
-6, not bad. As you see, there is a bit of a splattering of blood as the rock just falls right back down, although it's still in the sky.
Let's see.
Oh, go ahead, it's your turn.
Yeah, and then I'll move up here. And that'll be that.
Alright. This Peryton, after being hit, is gonna fly back around. Oh, let me see. There we go. And it is gonna go... It's gonna try and gore the horse.
Oh.
Crap. You just made Ray into a barbarian now. Congrats. Attacking the horse.
Oh man, that'd be a multi-class.
Ooh, no, it barely missed as you see the horse kind of reel up and it's forced to kind of back off at the last second. But yeah, these guys don't get opportunity attacked if they attack first.
Uh-huh. It's gonna be real fun.
Belle.
Okay. I'm gonna step on out. And come on right here. Look up at it. What can I do to you, you little crap? You know what? That's what I'll do to you. Just gonna pull up my crossbow and just be like, alright.
That's a hit. It's one is the one in front of you?
The one who scratched me, so yeah, this boy.
Oh, no, that's not it. It's the other one.
Oh. Oh, then they'll saw
Because remember, it passed right through here, then went back around this way.
Yeah, same thing.
All right, it's that one. So it immediately gets it like right in its leg, and it just screeches out almost like a banshee. And it doesn't fall out of the sky, but you can still see the bolt sticking out of it. It is flying a bit crooked now.
There you go, crap. Alright, that's my turn.
That it?
Uh-huh.
Nezzy.
Okay, Nezzy runs out of the back of the car and starts to rage. And she just runs up here and she chucks the javelin at the first one she sees, which is this one.
Did you say you pop a rage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Why?
That is actually. Let me check.
Mm-hmm,
Sadly, no. As you just chuck it right across, Belle, you can feel the wind from it, even seeing the sand part from the immense strength. It does like it barely nicks like its top feathers, but that's about it. As you see it careening over into the sand over here.
Well, that's
actually no. It kind of lands next to this horse in here.
Well, that's nice. Oh, we should probably go help Tyranny.
Well, that's it.
All right, Saint.
Don't mind me acronym.
Please do. As he's like still holding his face, it's like you can see a little bit of drops of blood just going onto the wood.
Duty calls. How high up
Actually, I
is
need
this
to-
Periton?
Well, and I do need to injure him real quick. There we go.
Oh boy.
How high up? Which one?
One in front of me.
The one in front is still about 30 feet up, as that one didn't come down and attack yet. The other one, I'd say,
Hold my action.
yeah, the other one is at the same height as the horse, so about your height.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. Now, this Periton, looking down as you're just standing right in front of Acrony, it is going to dive bomb you, Saint.
Oh goody, I'ma grapple it.
All right. It's still going to do the gore, but go ahead and give me your grapple check.
Strength, yeah.
Yeah, a 21 does hit, I assume, though.
Oh yeah, well done.
Yeah, and it just blasts right down with its beak first, and do you feel it kind of pierce through your armor and nick right into one of your joints? It does 6 damage,
Wait,
but go ahead and give me.
I'm gonna do something to screw that thing over.
Like good old strength.
What was that, Nick?
Wow.
I'm gonna cutting words its attack.
Bring it down to what?
Let's see. Oh, 20.
Does a 20 still hit?
No.
No.
Oh.
What-
Hey.
What is your armor class again?
21.
It is 21. Oh yeah.
21.
What is it from? I just want to make sure because you're wearing plate, so that's automatic 18. You have a shield.
Mm-hmm. So the +2, and then I've got the bonus defense.
Yes, from
what's it called?
Warforge.
The
Understood. Yeah, so that barely just like it does not. Sadly, you aren't able to get a good grapple on it as it still passes right by you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
But
I tried.
you tried. However, it only scratched the surface. It didn't pierce through your armor, thankfully. As at the last second, Bell, what was the cutting word you would say for that?
I kind of just shined a light in its eyes, just like off of the crossbow, just.
It's just reflecting light.
Yeah,
Wow.
as it was just dive bombing straight toward you, and you see this little like shimmer of light over its eyes, and it like spins out of the way and goes right between you and the horse. All right, Ray.
Right. Yeah. This one here. You said it's the same height as the horse?
Yeah, it should be within your reach because it was going
Oh,
toward
yeah.
the horse when it attacked.
Oh yeah, it is. I'm gonna run at it and try and tackle it.
Tapu.
Gimme!
All right, so you're trying to grapple.
Yep.
All right, give me a strength check. 7? Well, it just depends if it beats it. So it's going to be. Oh, dang! These things are actually fairly strong. They
Can
have
I
more
use my
strength
inspiration on that?
if you wish.
Yeah, kinda wanna. Cause
These things actually have better strength than Dex. I'm surprised. Oh, good gosh, yeah. As soon as it's like about to slip out of your hands, you just shoulder tackle it straight to the ground. It's just like beating you with its wings.
come here.
And it is grappled.
And I want to use the rest of my little 3 feet of movement and turn and have it like facing these guys here.
What, you having it a full Nelson?
Pretty much, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna see this massive person-sized bird just gripped in Ray's arms.
Got him in
And it
headlock.
is-
It's good.
And it is like trying to turn its head back and bite you, but it can't quite get it yet.
The most powerful move ever.
Get him.
The Periton there is gonna try and escape, so I need you to make me another strength check.
Okay.
Oh, it got a 20, but you got a natural 20, so
No.
yeah, it almost breaks out, and you just basically pull one of your arms back, and you just feel a snap under one of your arms.
Oh,
You inadvertently crippled one of its wings.
Oh.
It now has a half flying speed.
They're grippling it.
She is
grippling
grippling it. It is now Bell.
It's almost a full scissor.
Don't worry, Nezzy.
I mean, I'm gonna walk up. What can I do to you? Take out my rapier.
Stab it.
We're gonna take a nice little stabby. Just gonna be like, yeet.
just don't stab me. Okay.
That's a hit.
I'm assuming it's advantage already because
Yeah, it's advantage.
Yeah. Saran.
Yeah, as she's holding it right up, and you get it in one of the thickest parts of its body, and just stab right through it. And you actually see blood kind of spurting out of its beak.
And actually does not look very good. No, it does not look
You can tell he's not very strong.
I'll send him one of these as a bonus action.
Oh. Well,
I
you gave him 4 times as much health as he needed.
Oh. So it did
I was like, oh. So basically, yeah, you do see the entirety of. Well, it doesn't completely go away, as you see these as a nice scar over his face, but it does seal up, so you see that he's not bleeding anymore. It's like, sweet relief.
That's my turn.
Nezzy.
I'm gonna move up to here. I'm gonna yeet another javelin.
Give me a yeet.
Yeet.
Let me see
No.
your yeet.
Why?
No, dang. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so yeah, you do chuck another one. Only these things are fairly quick, despite their large size. And again, if this flies by, and again lands next to the other horse on the other side, it
I'm gonna murder it.
That poor horse, man.
I'm gonna murder it.
it's like, watch where you throw those things.
Can't really respond because I'm screaming. But yeah, that's it.
Saint.
I assume it's down.
It's at your level. It's not on the ground yet, but it's at your level.
Well, that's fine.
It's like he's serving it, just whoosh.
Ooh. Okay. Your
Thought he
shield
was gonna
does
body
hit.
slam it.
Nice.
It's like he's playing tennis, you know? Just
And a strength saving throw, is that it?
Yeah.
Let's see. An 8 does not make it, I assume.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, it just boom, you just shoulder bash it with your shield,
Get out.
and you just see this whole thing could come careening down, and it just falls right to the ground, and it'll take that much damage. It is currently laying on the ground, Nezzy. Right? Well, assuming it doesn't get up.
Well.
You can tell that like it is flailing on the ground. You can see sand just flying up in every direction. It's actually rolling around in it. Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
The Periton, as it is immediately going to use half its movement to get up. As since it didn't attack yet, it is going to go ahead and disengage.
Coward.
It only gets half its movement, though. Half its flying speed, though.
Still got 30 feet. Jesus.
They're good flyers. Ray.
Apparently.
I've still got it on me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I want to grip one of its wings
You want to
and
grapple?
take the yes. And then take my other hand on top of its beak and twist in opposite directions.
Ooh. So what are you trying to break exactly? The beak?
The neck.
Oh, just the neck. I see.
Just snap the neck.
All right. I'm gonna say this is gonna be another kind of strength thing. So go and give me a strength check because it's gonna fight against you with its own strength.
Alright. Nope.
6. Let's see. Let's see if it rolls. No. You're trying to pull it as far back as you can, but it has a nice amount of strength, and it actually opens up its beak and manages to bite you right on one of its fingers. One of your fingers, my bad. But it just pulls out of it, but it's still being grappled.
Gotta grip the
Okay.
action.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
It's gonna try again, though. It is gonna try and break right out. Strength, please. Oh, you beat it by 1.
Ooh.
As it almost gets out, and Belle, you can see it actually reaches for you. It's like an inch from your face from biting your nose off, but it's pulled back.
Oh, so that's how it's gonna be, mister. You're gonna go for the face, huh?
Stab him hard.
Oh, we'll have a nice little fun time then.
It is now Belle.
So you wanna go for the face, huh?
Everybody's going after Belle's face.
Yeah, everything is. That's how they know Professor Bard. Step a little bit closer, and we're just gonna take this nice little rapier here and just go shwink. Oh, never mind.
Oh, apparently not, as it actually kicks out and it causes you to fall back.
Okay.
Now, Belle, here's what I'm gonna need you to do. Keep that sword out. Like, pointed at it. Please.
Yeah, it is. Considering I'm trying to stab it, I'm assuming it is, so...
No, I mean, like, when you're done trying to stab it yourself, just keep it pointed at it. Okay.
Nezzy. Oh, is that it, Belle?
That's all I can do, yeah.
Okay. Nezzy, you can see that Periton is trying to move away and go for at Helry.
Oh, no. Hold on, from there. Why?
12, let me see.
Why?
Yeah, that's a hit.
It what?
It hit.
Oh yeah, you heard my cat. He's being loud.
Oh yeah, you wind up this one, and you basically use your thumb trying to get a good angle on it. And then, boom! And it goes right through its body. You see this massive piece of iron nearly holding this creature down. It's still kind of floating in the air, but you can tell one side of it is kind of lopsided from the weight.
Okay.
It may not last much longer. Wait, have you been adding your damage from your rage?
Yeah.
That piercing? What was that?
It's already
Should be
added
added.
damage.
Yeah, it's already
It was
added.
already added in? Okay, just making sure. Saint.
Oh.
Think out.
Oh.
Whoa. Maybe his internet went out.
Nope. There he is.
Oh, Saint? Ooh, hopefully.
Saint Heaven. Elon.
Cool difficulties.
Elon.
You good, Dylan?
Elon.
Hopefully. He's drunk in a ditch.
Oh, please no. Technical difficulties, he said.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
If you want, Dylan, if you can hear me, you can go ahead and move to try and do what you wanted to do. And if you have to type it, then you can. Unless you can fix this right now. How about this? Well, in case it takes a while, how about everyone just take a short break real quick, get some water, 5 minutes.
Fine.
Just give them some time to fix up his stuff.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Okay, I think here we go.
Hey,
For a
you're
moment,
louder.
until it cuts out again.
You're louder now too, for some reason.
Yeah, I need to kind of turn you down a little bit.
Huh.
It's like having a good.
Try talking real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound perfect, just
Yeah.
like you used to.
Huh. Odd.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very odd.
Very odd.
All right. So, how would you describe what you were doing? You were just trying to go up and hit him?
I was literally just throwing them at this point.
Really? Wait, throwing the shield too?
Mhm.
Okay. Both those hit. As immediately, whoom, you throw the shield almost like a disc, and then whoom, chuck the hammer straight for it. How do you want to describe this kill as they both simultaneously hit it?
That's a good question. I feel like, I don't know, probably I wind it with the shield and then the hammer just comes at his face.
The shield kind of hits it up, and just about it's about to recover. Hammer caves its head in, and you see it just immediately fall to the ground. It is dead.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh, what's my gecko doing?
What's wrong with your gecko?
He's walking in his water bowl like a dummy. I don't know what he's doing.
He's like, look at me, I can swim.
Is he getting ready to shed?
He's hot.
No, I don't think so. He's out of it now.
Oh.
What a weird
Just
gecko.
a quick dip. That's fine.
So Saint, is that it?
Yep.
Very well.
We got one.
The Periton is dead. Raynala, you're still holding one.
Okay, so I'm going to walk forward with this thing into Belle's rapier. Just whoop, whoop.
I'm gonna say this gives Belle a free attack.
Okay.
Pokey pokey.
Belle, get hokey pokey.
Pokey pokey. Pokey pokey.
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
Oh,
Pokey
God.
pokey.
He's doing the hokey pokey.
Oh yeah, it's not having a good time right now. I'll say that.
Pokey,
Okay,
pokey.
since that was only my movement, I'm gonna take an unarmed strike. Actually, two unarmed
No, I'll
strikes.
say
at
that's
him.
an action to push it on there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Fine. Then that's all I have. to
You're
say.
like actively having to push it on there. It's not just moving forward. It's like,
Alright.
Oh yeah, let me just impale someone on this long spear, but it was just.
Oh look, it's so conveniently placed.
Is that it?
Well, I guess so if that was my action.
Okay. Yeah, those Peritons have enough. He's trying to get out. His fellow mate is dead. So, roll me a strength.
Whoop. It's an 8.
Oh, I didn't even see it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
don't
not
say.
good.
It met it, so it releases.
Yeah, I guess so.
That was
Not
its
that it can do
action.
anything.
Is it gonna try and run?
Oh, if it
Yes.
runs, I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah, we both get to hit it.
It's gonna go. Woo!
Wait.
Get me up. Yeah, go ahead and give me attacks of opportunity if you want to take them.
So would I get
Bob it.
1 or 2 unarmed strikes?
Yeah, for opportunity attacks, you just get 1.
Okay.
Because otherwise, creatures would get multi-attacks. Ray, as it's trying to escape you, trying to swing across it, it barely misses, but it knocks it into Bell.
I get 1 feather.
So,
1 crumpled feather.
You just see a mix of blood and feathers just waving in the air as it just books it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like it's trying to retreat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bell?
Yeah. Well, let me set this to normal. How far is
No
it?
mercy.
How far does this shoot? I don't actually know how far this shoots.
No witnesses.
30 feet. Wow, this thing. Okay, hold on. I gotta get a little bit closer. Freak.
how to get away with murder?
Alright, so if I move like here, I should be within range. Oh crap! Come here. I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow. Yeah. Yay! No.
It just sails kind of over that large hill there, and you just see it disappear as this thing just moves off into the sky.
How far can I do this? It's not a, 60 feet. How far are you from me? Okay. I'm gonna give Nezzy bardic inspiration. Be like, you got this. Freaking
Oh,
shish
no.
kebab that little bird.
Making a Nezzy.
You have bardic inspiration.
Oh, okay.
And that's a 1d6 to
Attack roll.
damage
the
or
attack
attack
or
rolls?
saving throw.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Move up here, and I yeet.
Yeah, Nezzy, you're so enraged that you can barely understand what he's saying, but whatever he's saying sounds inspiring.
Well, eat the mouge.
Nezzy smash.
Nezzy,
Hmm.
how do you want to describe this kill?
Oh my
Oh
God.
no! As it's flying away with a tear in its eye, cause we killed its mate. We killed its mate. As soon as it looks back, a javelin comes straight for it and shish kebabs it.
Yeah, it just looks back around, like, just in case. It goes straight through the beak, and you just see it carry it all the way over here until it gets impaled into the ground. The initiative is over.
Pick up all my javelins.
Screw you. Yeah, I guess I try to get my arrows
Grab,
back.
mister.
I fire 2 of them.
Well, that could have been a lot worse.
You're healed, okay? I'm not.
Is everyone alright?
Yeah.
Just peachy.
Just
Yeah.
fine.
Well, Balcony there doesn't seem like he's too alright.
Well, he got like
Oh,
shot on his face.
He
He's
did
fine.
just take a talon to the face.
He's fine.
It's not
the
just
wounds have sealed. Yeah, I swear there's a phantom pain. Oh,
Oh yeah, that happened.
It's like when you lose a leg, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to think of that. He takes his hand off. You can see, like, the scar barely missed his eye.
Hey,
So that thing
This
was
is
going
still-
for blood.
at least you still have an eye.
Well, if you can think of something up, you've got a nice tale to tell.
Like?
I don't know, make
actually.
something up.
It's not a bad idea. But like, giving you a night to think on it, well, I wait for this pain to go away.
On the plus side, we have food.
I don't know if I want to eat that thing. Plus, we would have to cook it, and that means lighting a fire. In the place where you're not supposed to light a
I
fire.
don't see a problem with this.
You're not supposed to light a fire in this place.
Who said?
I mean,
It's more of a superstition than anything, but
eh.
you know, there are always superstitions that have truth to them.
Well, stories always have something that brings them about. However, I doubt it's something superstitious.
Indeed, they say if you ever light a campfire on a hill, whether it's that specific or not, the next day you're going to be surrounded by many strange little beasts. Not sure the specifics.
I thought we just dealt with some strange little beasts. It's not out of the ordinary.
Can't say I've ever even seen creatures like this.
Yeah. Do we know what it is? Do we know that they're peritons?
If anyone wants to inspect, try and figure out exactly what they are, you can give me a nature check.
I'm dum-dum, so...
Oh, Bell knows.
I'm dumb.
Let me see.
Bell,
Oh,
you gotta sing to appease roll 20.
oh, both of you, Belle, you know from certain stories, and Ray, you know because you have seen creatures like this in the wild. They are indeed very carnivorous, and they have a tendency not to not to just straight up eat all meat, but they rip out their prey's hearts and take them back to the nests to eat those.
Oh.
They also have a particular fondness for half-elves.
Oh, well then.
Oh, that explains everything.
Yeah, you little. I kick it, you little crap.
Well, elves and half-elves, mainly why he was kind of going after Bell and Althiri.
Yeah, I basically say, yeah, basically just what you told us. Oh, cramps.
Well, I think if we're dealing with it before they got to me.
Yeah.
No offense. And she kind of looks to Bell and the scratch along him.
Yeah, I heal myself.
You see kind of Eleanor coming up. He's like, well, at the very least, like your friend said, once we're out of here, I got some dinner to make.
Oh. Lovely.
See, I told you.
If you all happen, could you please pack those up for me? I have a few preserving salts.
Sure.
At the very least, we can have a nice big feast once we're back on the open road and not here.
Agreed.
Alright.
Think about Eldor. He's still in here cowering or something?
Eldor was staying in during the whole thing. He's like, is it safe to come out yet?
I mean, yeah.
Do you do anything but cower?
I don't need your sass.
Yeah, we killed them. The whole
Oh,
couple
thank
of
goodness.
birds that target elves and half-elves. The whole elf.
Oh, thank goodness. Not me.
Yeah.
Stick some ears on him, see what happens.
What, you think... I don't have ears. What are you insinuating?
Is there anything you guys wish to do before the cart finally gets going again?
Look around. Make sure there's nothing else I want to say screw you to.
Is Acrony fit to travel?
He says, it'll heal.
It is.
I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to think of a good story for it, but that comes later. Right now, I got a job to do, and I want to get out of here as quick as possible.
Alright.
On the road again.
Getting on the road once again, you don't see any other sign of any more of those creatures. Thankfully, it just seemed like it'd be an isolated incident where you may have passed a nest of two mates at a time. And again, you don't see. Indeed. On day 7, nothing much of notice happens. It is actually quite peaceful, considering everything, although there's very little in the way of life out here. While you're passing, Nezzy, you do actually see something in the distance pass.
Oh?
You guys are the last cart in the row right now. And you see something. You guys are the last cart in the lineup right now. And as you look back, you see what looks to be a very small creature running across the road, back where you once were. And it looks to be some kind of Some kind of large jackrabbit.
Bunny!
How large?
Standard size, like small dog, like very small dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see one other figure as the bunny looks back.
Oh no! Not the bunny!
It's dead.
Oh.
And is immediately taken off its feet into the jaws of a large dire wolf.
The
Oh boy.
bunny!
Oh, well, we found where the wolf pelts came from.
That's nature.
It shakes its head back and forth for a while, and it eventually looks back towards all of you.
I'm gonna stare at it menacingly, like, nope, nope. Stay where you are.
Menacingly.
Well, how neat is it?
Oh, that's pretty neat.
It is looking back with blood dripping from its teeth and the rabbit in its mouth, and the rabbit is honestly very small because this is a wolf that's roughly the size of a bear. And
Are we sure that Ragdoll didn't just kind of inhale the rabbit?
Oh, you can see there's very little that is left of the rabbit. Like you see a few feet.
Oh, they lucky rabbit feet.
Oh, God.
For the wolf, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just one wolf? They usually
It just looks like
roaming packs.
it does look like just one wolf, and it does stare at you for a moment, but it doesn't look like it's getting ready to attack. It looks like it's more just being vigilant of your presence before it moves away out of sight and runs off.
The poor bunny.
Which direction?
Then there's a random
Just-
cat that runs by.
It's Bobo. Bobo. Shush.
You sneaking a
That
cat
was
on here, Dusty?
Cicera that made that noise.
What? That's Sarah.
He's looking at the window and I guess he sees some things. I don't know.
That's the noise she makes when she's in heat.
Oh no.
Oh,
No.
She's
A
too
dragon-
young. She's a
Actually,
child.
I know. Actually, a dragon in heat would be terrifying. now
Yeah.
that I think about it.
No. What?
the village is on fire. Oh, don't
Why are
worry,
you looking at
dragons are in
me?
mating season.
It's fine.
I am not that type of bard.
She's also still a child. Actually, I don't know. Are the legal rights same for dragons? I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know.
Wow. We're
what?
actually debating this. We're actually debating this.
Anyways. The seventh day passes.
She can't even
with little
talk.
incident. The seventh day passes with little incident. And as you go on to day 8, you guys again find yourself kind of in the middle of the pack. Just behind you guys, you do see the cart that belongs to the two elf brothers. As you see, it looks like the one with the straighter hair is kind of looking up at you, and if you're looking back at him, he does kind of he regards your presence. He gives a small nod.
What's up, man?
And towards the front, just ahead of Acrony's cart, you see that there is an entire cart that is filled with a massive cage. The cage has many, many parrots inside of it.
Who's driving that?
On the front of that one, you can see. You can't really see who's driving it. However, you can indeed see that, kind of in the back, kind of sitting with the cage and looking in amongst the parrots, is the young Orvustia, the young guard who helped you when Robin stole your pearls.
Oh. Oh, by the way, Dylan, before we pass this cart and you think it's weird, there's a guy here who has a pet gargoyle. Yeah.
A pet gargoyle.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Stranger things have occurred. I mean, we've got a pet dragon.
He
Well,
does keep it on a silver chain.
yes.
You guys actually can see him just ahead as you're kind of going around a bend in the road, and you can see that the gargoyle is actually having to walk.
Oh.
What? The poor thing.
As you guys are going through, you do hear something on the wind.
Oh god, what is
And
it?
it almost sounds like a voice.
Oh.
But it's like a yell.
What is it?
It's hard to make it out. It just sounds like yelling, and everyone kind of perks up at the sound.
Can we tell what direction it's coming from?
Everyone give me perception checks.
Perception.
Well.
It's coming from everywhere.
It's in my head!
Not again!
Ray and Saint. You guys know exactly where it's coming from. It's actually coming from a bit further up the road, as you can see one of the passing carts kind of look over to the side between this large outcropping of rocks, and you can hear what sounds to be clinking of swords within those rocks.
Uh-oh.
I was like, help us! You hear.
What's the other cards doing?
Well,
one cart, it looks like it's from Bade. And he's looking into it. He's like not sure what to look. He's not sure what to make of it, as he's kind of looking back. As you see, some carts are continuing going, some are stopping. Two of the carts that stop are Soul Stags and the girls.
Well,
and there you see at least both of them. Well, the girl of Ostia looks like she's a bit hesitant on moving up, and she's curious what it is. Soul Stag's just walking forward.
Yeah.
Time to go in.
Yeah, let's go.
got a mission. Let's go.
If it's Robin, though, we're leaving. I want to let you guys know. There's somehow Robin.
As you guys, what is that? Akrani is kind of looking forward as well. And as you look into this outcropping, this is what you see, my friends.
Hobo Goblin?
Duty calls again.
Once again. Here we go again.
Oh.
On sec.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, my dear Lord.
As you see, looks like a war party of hobgoblins, not facing you, but shooting arrows down. It looks like this tipped over cart down in the ravine area.
That's a dead horse.
And you see many other people shooting arrows back.
Just for our sake, those aren't the cultists. They're just the guards, right?
They don't look like anyone you've recognized. This is not of your caravan.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
It looks like some kind of noble and his guards.
Okay. Is this the crevice? Just for...
Yeah, it looks like you can walk down there.
Like, is this
like from this little ramp?
A valley?
Yeah, it kind of goes down a little bit.
Okay.
And it's kind of blocked in by all this here.
Okay. Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
If you guys wish to get involved... Okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because I might try and make, because if this is like a cliff side, I might try and shatter it to where it falls on the hobo goblins.
The hobo.
I don't know how well that'll work, but or I could just shatter the brains out. That could work.
If you guys wish to get involved, you can give me initiative.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Again.
Combat! This is still in the same day, right?
Ooh.
As like
2 net 20s.
No, this is the next day. This is day 8 now.
Let me freaking win my spell slots back. My 2 whole spell slots. My very precious. Oh dear lord. They got some high initiative. They got real
Alright,
high.
let me just open up this hobgoblin here.
They're all captains. Oh, never mind. They're not captains.
What's that?
Nothing. I know stupidity.
Stupidity.
As always. What's that?
Just give it a second. Roll 20 wants to be a bit slow when loading up these things right now. And then I just need Soul Stag and the girl.
You can see actually Pole in action.
Almost there. Almost there. And Orvustia. As she looks, she's right next to you. She's like extremely unsure. As you can tell, she doesn't look like she's seen a lot of action.
Well.
She's still quite green. All right. The captain, as you see the one in the center, standing out amongst all of them. And he is simply pointing... Actually, no, he's going to make a perception check to see if he heard you guys. He rolled a 1, so he does not hear you guys.
He does not hear anything. Gets a bit of dust in his ears.
As he's pointing over to the noble and the guards, and he's going to go ahead and throw a javelin. At one of the guards, please. Okay, he throws it. It just hits the wagon in the back, completely missing all of them. This hobgoblin here. Where is that? As you see them constantly. Okay. And there we go. Constantly firing off their longbows. Many of them missing until one of them finally hits this one down here, and you see this guard. And he goes down. Shot right to the head.
Well,
Saint.
Well, where is it? I'm gonna throw that up.
Where is that? Ooh, Fist of Stone.
And I'm gonna move up. I'm
All right.
banging the hammer against the shield.
You're banging the hammer. You're trying to get their attention.
I am getting attention.
All right. So you just go, and you see every single one of them immediately turn their heads to you. He's like, Dracos, Schlanuk, Virgas! As the captain immediately points back to you. Oh, who's echoing?
Nick, it might be you.
Well,
Maybe?
stopped.
No?
I was hearing it as it goes.
Oh.
There's a D-Lon.
Who was Dylan this time?
D-Lon.
Whoops.
What?
Welcome
Oh
back.
god, I am having serious issues today.
Let's get back to the swing of things. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
That was odd.
So is that all you're doing right now?
We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the easier way.
Is that all you're doing?
Yep.
All right, Nezzy.
Oh, it's my turn already. I'll move up next to Saint.
Oh, by the way, Belle, the captain is wearing half plate.
I'm gonna
I don't know if that's
rage,
metal or
and
not.
I see this injured one. I'm gonna go for the injured one.
Yeah, it looks like he was shot with an arrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeet. Yeet.
Let me see. You said you popped rage as well?
Yeah.
That's actually a miss.
What?
As he brings up his shield and just it cracks through it a little bit, but it holds sturdy. Hobgoblins actually have some pretty good AC.
Well, that's it then. Said leave.
You can see that they are wearing chainmail as well, so they're all pretty stacked up. And these all wearing like this wolf clothing with these red blood-like markings on them. So they do look similar to the one that you saw before, only a bit different. The hobgoblin here, seeing that there is a new threat, but also the fact that there's still people shooting arrows down here, goes into what looks to be a frenzy as he's growing desperate. And he pulls out his weapon and he goes straight for this guy over here, jumping on top of the box.
Oh, good god.
Oh, he hits him, and immediately slicing right across his shoulders, you see the guard fall back. He's not dead, but he's looking like he's going to be on his last legs.
Oh yeah, no, he did. He's about to die.
The guard over here, seeing this one, he's immediately going to go help his friend.
Oh boy.
Where is that? There it is. You know what? I'm just going to use this one here. It'll be easier. With a two-handed spear going straight. Oh, good gosh. The hobgoblin completely blocks it with his own sword, just completely bashing the spear away. The hobgoblin up here, however, looks back at Saint Nezzy and everyone else, and he's going to start making his way up, wielding his longsword in, well, just taking the longsword in one hand, his shield with the other, and he charges right up to you guys. Nezzy, he's going for you.
Oh god.
Does a 21 hit?
Hang on a minute. Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage?
Where's me thing?
He rolled a 6 then.
So I don't forget.
So you're using your reaction?
Mhm.
Alright, so you immediately, as it's about to stab through Nezzy, which would have only done 1 damage, you get right in front and the sword just impacts with your shield.
Just say it immediately after that. I guess we're doing this the easier way.
Easier way.
This guard here, bringing up his spear to try and also attack the same hobgoblin. He does hit, and he actually hits this one back. He's like, causing the hobgoblin to fall right back off the box.
For a moment.
Bell.
What could I do here? I know what I would like to do. That requires them to do what I need them to do. So I'm gonna first move over here. I'm just gonna get closer. That's not gonna be good enough there. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the hobo goblin captain. Let me just double check. This is the right stuff for the spell.
What you weaving here, my friend?
How far is he from me? I just gotta double check that if he's. Oh yeah, no, he's in the range. All right. Have some nice, because you're wearing half plate, which I presume is metal. So.
Oh, absolutely.
You take 9 fire damage.
Eat metal.
9 fire damage, good sir.
As focusing, how would you say you activate this spell, given you're a bard?
I don't actually know. I guess I would just kind of like shine the sun at him again, and kind of just like arcanely, magically make it just turn into a big melting.
Alright, immediately you can already see that, looking back at you, he sees you singing, and his eyes go wide as he realizes what's happening.
Yep.
He knows you're a bard, and he looks down, and he can already see his half plate already glowing a nice red. He's
That's really bad to try and take off. I think that's a whole minute to doff.
Yeah, he wouldn't have time.
Nope. So for the next 10 rounds, he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, and is going to keep taking damage. So yeah, that's my turn.
Yep.
Because I can't reach the other boys to heal him or anything. So
that guard is dead. Ray.
Hold on. He's up here now, so I can just.
I like how everything knows what a bard is.
Some people do.
Yeah,
And
the hobgoblins do.
pop.
At least the captain did.
Yeah.
15, 22. The 22 hits. You go right past his shield, one strike, actually hitting the shield as he brings it back, but your other fist swings right around, striking him right in the cheek, knocking him right off his feet.
Sorry, I don't speak that.
No oblo goblin.
Hoblo?
Is that it, Ray, or are you going to do something else?
I think that's it.
Speaking
All
of
right.
Salmon.
Does anyone understand hobo code?
Oh.
The hobo goblin, as it is promptly said now,
Yeah.
he's going to look up right up at Ray, who's come up to the cliff edge, and he's going to shoot the longbow.
It's not what I wanted, but that's fine.
That's a critical hit.
Ooh.
As it goes right through your Achilles heel, and you can feel it go right across the tendon. You'll take 6 damage, and your movement speed will be halved.
Yeah, you'll be
All
fine.
right.
You see him looking up right up. He's like, shaking his longbow up in the air, triumphantly.
Woo.
Right.
The hobgoblin down here, seeing Saint, is immediately going to come up right to you.
Oh, goody.
Good.
This one doesn't have his shield on him, as it looks like he's wielding his longsword in 2 hands. I assume a 15 doesn't hit.
No.
No, you just bring your shield up very casually and just hits right against it. And there's what results in a bit of a clash between his sword and your hammer. So they're not just random brigands, they're actually quite skilled. Solsteg, my boy, as he brings a spear that looks more like a pike, as it is fitting for his size. Oh. As immediately, let me see that, there it is. Oh, okay.
Dead?
Here's a,
Very dead.
oh my gosh, that's a natural 20.
Very dead.
Basically what happens is, the hobgoblin tries to block with the sword, but Solstag doesn't care. This is a one-handed spear attack, by the way. He brings that stab straight through its stomach. And he flips it over his head, slamming it to the ground behind him. With one arm.
Nice.
So I definitely think we should hire him.
Hire him.
He wants to be hired.
Solsteg
Oh,
just
does
pulls
he?
it out.
Yeah.
Soldier just pulls it out. You see a bit of blood got on his upper lip just from its splatter, and he just goes, sniffs, just trying to get it out of the system, then continues walking forward.
That's
I like him.
Okay.
Orvustia. You can see that she's a bit hesitant, still trying to kind of stick in the back. She's like, and she starts moving her way around right here. And Ray, you can see her kind of get up against the rock here as she's trying to decide what to do. As she looks more and more like she's almost on the edge of hyperventilating. She's still keeping her cool, but you can tell that this is one of her first actual combats.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, "It's okay. It's okay. You got this."
As you're punching a guy in the face.
I have what?
I think he said as you're punching a guy in the face. So you
It's
have an
okay.
arrow in your leg!
You could get it out for me, or not. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Eh? I'll like stick my leg out in her direction.
She looks at it and like, the fact that you stunned the hobgoblin for a second, so like it's not looking at you as it's kind of focused on Saint Nezzy. And she just kind of crawls on the ground to try and stay out of the range of their arrow. And she's like, just like reaching over to it. And she's gonna go ahead and give a medicine check. She does. And he's like, "Are you still sure?"
I mean, if you feel confident that you can get it out,
She
if not,
instantly pulls it out. As you feel a very sharp pain shoot up through your leg, you'll take this much damage, as she did not roll a good one.
that's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I can move.
You are no longer, you're no longer half speed right now.
Right.
The captain, seeing the onslaught of new people coming in,
And the
he's
veg is
just
on
looking.
fire.
Yeah, he's looking at all this. Like, he's trying to maintain his cool even in this intense situation. He's looking back to the guards that one of his men are fighting off. He's looking back to the new people. He's like, Shikosh! He's like circling his finger around his head, almost like trying to gather around me. And he's gonna try and go attack
Trouble.
Solsteg. As he, at this hog, the captain pulls out a great sword.
Okay.
Solstag looks at him. You can see he's there, kind of like posturing to each other. Solstag, kind of in that, imagine that Greek fashion where he has the shield and the spear kind of intertwined.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see this man is going to bring out 2 greatsword attacks. Which ones hit Solstag? That's the question. One of them does hit, as just swings it right around. As Solstag blocks one, but another one catches him right in the leg.
I'll try and cut it towards it if it's not that bad.
Pitiful human. Nothing more than
we do
weak
know
flesh and bone.
That's probably not gonna save Solstag for that attack.
This one's starting to come up behind him. He's like, no! You will leave this one to me! Gosh! As this guy's gonna come up right here. And he's gonna try and shoot Bell. Does a 18 hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'll take 8 damage. Gets right in your leg.
Okay.
And you go ahead and do the 8 damage, and it'll do the concentration save.
It's not concentrating for some reason.
Oh, did you set it as a concentration?
Yes.
You sure?
It is set as concentration. 1 minute.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a 1d20. Well, just give me a constitution save, sorry.
Y'all. Alright. Whoop! I'm gonna spend my inspiration.
You do not make it. Oh.
Nope, that's not make it.
No, you try and focus on it, but the pain is so much that the heat metal just fails.
Alright, that's fair.
Great work, Kuklash.
Oh. Great work, okay.
This one
Sure.
here is going to also move up. And he's going to go ahead and fire an arrow at Saint. Is a 16 does not hit. Is this one kind of ricochets off your shoulder, kind of flying past Bell but not hitting, and just hitting the sand.
Literally a walking wall.
Saint.
Okay. First of all, the guy in front.
Oh dear God.
Light hammer, that is a hit.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Insane with a plus 11.
Oh.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, the plus 6 help. It's
1
gonna
damage.
Hurt. Oh.
I don't know. Your hammer has like no bonuses.
Screw it. I was gonna save, but it's fine.
Well, basically, okay, both of those hit. Basically, as you're bringing the hammer around, you just give him a nice boom on top of the head. He's like, ah! Yeah, God! And then just hit him right across the head with the shield. As you see him fall down, you see blood kind of coming from his mouth.
They're always fooled. Right. Let me see how much movement have I got here. Oh boy.
I don't need your help on this one.
You sure?
I can
'Cause
take him.
I'm not losing people on this.
If I die here, it's the will of the gods. A nice sentiment. Alright, is that your turn?
Let me just see. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for a minute.
Nezzy.
Let's see.
Can you get? Yeah, I was gonna
Oh, yeah, I can
say.
get right up to him.
That's a hit.
Oh, great axe. This time.
Oh yeah, you've got a great axe now, don't you? Oh yeah, that's definitely a hit. As immediately he's trying to get out his shield because he had his longbow. He's like, and just get him like right in the shoulder. He's like,
Take his arm off.
Take his arm.
Get him.
Is he leave a nice big gash that you can actually see through to the other side in his shoulder.
He's just grinning.
He's like, and he kind of spits on your chest.
Rude.
You see, well, it's kind of blood, not really spit at this point.
Oh, he's a dead man.
This hobgoblin finally can see this, kind of looking back at everything going on. He's going to continue attacking these guards. He's definitely trying to get to that cart.
There we go.
Oh, one of the guards actually is able to stab him as he's coming over. He got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh.
Thank God.
As you see, he was just about to hit the injured guard, but the guard that was right there already waiting for him goes right over, gets him right in the kidney as he falls back. And he dies. That one's dead. The guard here, seeing everything is going on, is looking down. He starts tending to the wounds of his fallen comrade. Don't worry. We got some help on the way. They're on our side. We're about to find out. That goblin's dead. They're staying right there for now as they're kind of looking out. You can see that they've already exhausted every single one of their arrows. Bell.
You thought you was safe because you disrupted my concentration. No. Take 12 damage, you captain piece of garbage.
Fire. Witchcraft. Kill the music one.
And just to rub it in your face.
One.
Oh. Just rub it in your face even more. Here, Soul Stag. Have some nice,
Hey, also, as you're doing that, Soul Stag's holding up a hand. Stop! I don't need it.
Listen, you can put your 1v1 at the side right now. There's people's
If
lives
you
at
so
risk.
much as heal one of my wounds, I will go over there and shove your balls down your throat.
Fine, I ain't gonna heal you then. Let's see. I'll move
Up front. I like it.
I'm kind of curious about how you. Sure, that's okay. I'll heal myself then.
All right. Yeah, I think you need a bit more.
I ain't fighting.
All right. Is that it?
Oh yeah.
I just like to imagine everyone here is like pulling arrows out of themselves, like massive wounds, bleeding. Meanwhile, Bell's just sitting in the back playing his flute.
I mean,
Yeah, literally that.
But I'm
I mean, that is a bard, so.
Uh-huh.
Couple arrows ricochet off things, you know.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Casually
I'll
just
move
moves
up
his
a
head as
little
they
bit.
fly past.
Move up over here, behind them.
Oh, okay. So, Ray, you're no longer hindered by the arrow.
No. So you said these guys don't have any more arrows?
The guards don't seem to have any.
Okay.
As you can see, at least one of their quivers as he's looking down at his friend, and it is completely empty.
Ah. Alright. So
hobo.
I'm gonna yell down to him. Do you all have anything else to defend yourselves with?
We got our skills and our spears, but that's about it. We've been here
So
for
no.
over half an hour.
Well, good enough. I'll come down there and help you. Alright. And we're gonna go. Hold on, let me see if I read this right. Okay, we're gonna do this and spin. Oh,
Okay.
wait, why is that advantage? That would be normal.
It doesn't matter, it hits anyway.
And we're gonna spend a point and hit him another 2 times. Pop, pop.
Ooh, 2 hit. 5. How do you want to describe this kill? As this one's already injured.
I want to smack him into the rocks.
Oh. Basically, you just run down, and he was focused. You can get ready, he was already trying to shoot an arrow at the girl. But you just start. And before he can even react, you take his head, smash it against the rock. He just falls without even being able to say a word.
Good enough. And then I'm going to take my last little bit of movement and go, like, over here a little ways.
Alright. Oh, that hobgoblin was next.
Oh,
And so was that one.
Any more?
Solstag is looking over at this captain. He's like, "You may want to back off, knight. I can take this one."
If you say so.
I do. Solstag's gonna go ahead, and you see him take his shield, and he just drops it as he's gonna two-handed spear.
Ooh, and he gets advantage too.
Mm-hmm. As immediately lunging right forward, and before the hobgoblin can react, he's already on top of him, and there's a whole fight going on with blocks, sparks flying everywhere, until Solstag is actually able to get him in the leg. It does a good bit of damage too. Orvestia is continuing to kind of look at the carnage around them, and she's kind of leaning up against the rock here, Bella, saying, "Do you see all this every day?
Yeah.
How do you do it?"
Well, music helps me.
Belle, you can see that she's like holding her spear, but, well, her longsword, sorry, but she is like trembling right now. She looks like she's wanting to go over and help Saint and Solstag.
I wouldn't help them. He's very adamant about not getting help right now. So, yeah.
Are you sure? He looks injured.
Yeah, I tried healing him already. He kind of said he'll shove my balls down my throat, I'm pretty sure.
Kind of gives a small laugh at that. Sorry.
That's fine.
The captain, kind of looking how he's a bit sandwiched right now.
Do it. Do it. I dare you.
He's a disadvantage on
Waiting
attack
for a
rolls.
good fight. And you have all brought it quite well. But I have to say, I'm not dying here today.
I mean...
As he pulls out something from his belt. So long. As immediately he's going to go ahead and drop it.
Gotta be kidding me.
He's still on fire.
I know.
This is just gonna turn into Bondath again.
Oh no.
As you see him drop a smoke bomb.
You have got to be
As the
kidding.
entire area is obscured.
Oh, he's gonna do a hit and run.
He's gonna
Okay.
Seriously.
Pretty sure
As at
three of us can still see.
Oh yeah, no, we can still see.
As he's immediately gonna disengage. Well, no, that was an action, so he's not gonna disengage, but you guys get disadvantage on trying to hit him.
Hit him hard.
Hit him in the face.
Or you can try and hit him if you wish.
I mean, I'll give it a try.
Solstad's gonna do it as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
The plus 11's nasty.
Basically, as he's trying to run, while he was putting up a good farce, you can subtly hear in the smoke, Saint. He's like, "Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot!"
Smack him.
Yeah, Belle, you bring around the entirety of your shield, just boom, hit him right aside the head as he falls to his knees on one hit point.
Oh. Wow.
And Solstag, who hit as well,
Oh no.
just stabs it right into the ground, impaling him into the sand.
I'm assuming my spell disappears after that. So there's
Yeah.
no target.
Well, there's still a target. There's still
Yeah.
armor he's wearing.
That's true. That is true.
So as far as you're aware, he's still alive. He's like, Solstag kind of looks at you through this one, saying, "Thanks.
You're welcome.
Need it, but thanks." As he kind of rubs
think
the
you-
edge
I
of
think
his
you did.
spear off. The captain, who is now dead. This hobgoblin here is still going to attack Nezzy. Does anyone speak Goblinoid?
No.
Okay, well then I don't have to swear.
But I mean, oh, okay. I thought you. I was like, he's
No.
probably surrendering or begging for his life by now. Really?
I assume a 12 doesn't hit.
No.
Oh, this is a flurry of a long sword and a great axe as you're parrying every single strike, and he's just flailing. Whereas some of them are skilled. This guy, you can tell he's a bit new.
He's a bit new. Yeah, hey.
They need to train somehow.
Oh, he's going for
This one.
flanking. Oh.
Yep. Does a 17 hit.
Oh, yep.
Oh, he gets
I
you
will
right in the back
cutting
of the leg.
words that.
Oh, alright.
I shall see if I can reduce that. Okay, come on. Hit. Oh, so
Yeah,
13.
Doesn't hit now.
What do you say?
I'm like, blowing my whistle. Or my little
Just
shoe here.
blowing the... Like, it is such an ear-piercing noise you see. Urvestia has to kind of cover her ears in just pain, and the hobgoblin is like, ah! It like stumbles a little bit before the very tip of the sword scratches you, but it doesn't give any lasting injuries. Saint.
Well, last I saw, there was something over here.
Mm-hmm.
That is gone now. There's a bit of movement, at least.
As this massive metal mountain just comes out.
I think we have a problem.
Yes,
Let's see.
problem.
I'm gonna smack the one on the left of me with
That's
that
a hit.
hammer,
Wow.
and the one on the right.
That's a hit.
How does your hammer do 1 damage?
That's a good question.
One.
It's rolling
It's a
just
1d4.
But like, aren't you
Is it?
supposed to add your strength or something?
Yeah, you're supposed to add strength.
No, it's because I'm dual wielding and I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You don't have
okay.
your thing. That makes sense. I didn't know which one was your primary. I should have looked at that.
Yeah.
Well, that thing is, that also means that if you're not dual wielding, that also means I don't think you would
You
get
don't
the.
get the plus 11. It's just a
You don't get the plus
straight
11
D20.
either.
No, the
Yeah.
plus 11 comes from my Fist of Stone.
Hmm.
Sorry, it's plus 6 on top of what it is.
I'll look into that later. I don't think that's the case, but I'll look into it later so it's not slowing down the game.
Hmm.
So the one on the left you said with his hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, just smack him in the face like she just smacks him right in the cheek. As they look more annoyed than actually hurt by that. As for the other one who you smack right in the freaking face with your whole shield, and he just gets nearly knocked off his feet. As he,
Okay, which one looks more damaged, the left or the right?
they are actually both the same amount of health.
Okay, so either way they get advantage on me. I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself advantage for the savage attacks, and we'll just go with the main one I was going for. So this one.
Yeah. He's like holding up his hand. Yeah.
22 there.
He's like holding up his hand. He's like, wait. How do you want to describe this
Max
kill?
damage.
Oh my gosh.
I just decapitate him. Good enough.
As you see an entire head just fly off as it flies into the air, and you actually see it hit the top of that cart.
Then I turn around and look at the other one. I'm like, just give up already.
That it?
Yep.
The guard over here, Ray, he's actually coming out, spear at the ready. As he's gonna come right over here. What's your affiliation, traveler?
Hey,
Ray?
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Passed out. Well, I'm here with the caravan. We heard you yelling for help, so we came to help.
Oh, for God's sake, you. We were thinking you were other brigands. Coming to take more spoils for yourself.
The what?
We thought you were more brigands. Just wanting to take some for yourself rather than leave it to the hobgoblins.
Yeah, I don't know what the brigands are, but okay.
Ruffians, bandits.
Oh, okay, there we go. Now I understand.
Yes. Well, whatever help I can give, I'll give it.
Well?
He says using up all his movement already. The other guard is going to be staying there for now. Bell.
Oh, yeah, I'll just be like, I'll be right back, Just I'm pulling out my rapier. Hello there, little goblin. Let me put away my spells. I'm going to stab you now. I hope you don't mind.
Wait, that's an advantage? That's a hit.
Shink.
How do you want to describe this kill?
As he's kind of like trying to talk, I kind of just go up from under the chin all the way through his top of the face, top of the head.
You just feel him go limp as the weight of his body pushes against your rapier, his eyes glazing over, dead.
Alright.
The initiative is over.
That's nice. Can I let my spell drop? Because I'm assuming he's dead now, considering I don't hear any fighting going on there.
Yeah, oh, what, the one in there? Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
As you see Soul Stack just kind of move over here and sit down.
You
Can I heal you?
Shut up and take your medicine.
Yeah, can I heal you now?
Just try it.
Yeah, well, he's over there healing you, I think.
You can see he's already just kind of tending to his own wound.
Moved, but
Thank you, miss. I wasn't sure we were going to last much longer.
Well, you made it. Well, 3 of you made it.
Unfortunately, there used 5 more of us, but they've been chasing us for some time.
How long have you been out here?
Well, we were just like yourselves, only we weren't coming with a caravan. We're heading down to Baldur's Gate. Although our employer got hit with a poisoned arrow some time ago, we've been on the run ever since, and, well, once we crashed in here, we thought we were done for.
Hey, mister.
Yes.
I can do a bit of healing if you need it, for anybody over there.
Please, right this way.
Alright.
Sir Cedric, they come with aid. Good. Get it to Liam here first.
Yeah, I can do it to both
As you
of
see the
really.
guard kind of leaning over next to one of the carts.
Which one looks worse?
Well, they both have arrows in them.
Oh, yeah.
Only, like you said, the Sir Cedric here's got hit with a poisoned arrow. We can't quite treat it right now.
Well, can at least try to help, huh? I'm gonna give him a...
Yeah, Nezzy, the blood is thick as it just splatters onto the sand.
I'm gonna give him a cure wounds for 12 healing. Woo! Max healing!
Which one?
On the guard. I'm just...
Thank you.
And then reaching over for the other guy, I'm gonna give him some healing. Here's some nice healing.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's perfect. I can spend 5 of my lay on hands points to heal that poison.
Alright, as you both kind of like combine your healing together, you already see that indeed there is a pretty big arrow in him. However, it's easy enough to get it out once the wound starts healing. You could see black veins from where the arrow was starting to or the poison was starting to take effect. However, because of the lay on hands, you can see the black veins slowly start to recede back.
Perfect.
Thank you, my lads.
Yep.
Think we would have been done for had you not shown up. Where are my
Rule of
manners?
blessing, I guess.
Truly. Where are my manners? Sir Cedric of Waterdeep, at your service. As he gives a very curt bow.
Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. I'm Del Myrick.
Saint.
It's nice to meet you. Saint. Tell me, what is the purpose of your group way out here?
We're a caravan heading up to Waterdeep.
Ah, I see. One of the Roman caravans. I see. Should have been one of my choices, honestly, but here I was being optimistic, hiring 8 bodyguards.
Well,
You see him take a
you
nice
got your
drink
miss-
from his... Indeed. Almost made it without any casualties, too. That I suppose I underestimated the hobgoblins in this area.
Yeah.
I need a favor.
Mm.
I'm without transportation right now, and I cannot not in good conscience leave any of my goods out here. Does anyone in your caravan have a horse they can sell?
How well would you treat it? As I think is the.
Wow.
I treat all stallions and all my mares with the utmost care. They wouldn't have got me this far if that was the case.
Look over at the other horse.
Turns around to Belle. It's like, pay no attention to the dead one behind me.
I mean, I'm assuming he got shot.
There is about 22 arrows in that horse.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. It's a horse.
They're all like on its rump and on its right side.
Wow.
So, whatever abuse that horse suffered was definitely not from this man. I would pay as much as I can, although it's probably not much right now.
I look back at Ray.
Kind of like getting antsy, kind of stepping in place, like, I don't know.
Can't be
Start
worse.
to have an aneurysm.
Can't be worse than Berkeley, to be honest. I mean, and the horse that he has now does not look that bad. Well,
It doesn't look like it. Well, it's hard to tell because it is coated in blood and arrows, but you don't know if it. You can't see anything that would signal abuse before now.
Ray, the horse is fine.
No whip marks or anything?
no.
It's fine.
You don't
There's
see
no-
any.
Okay.
Please, we cannot stay out here any longer
We-
than we have to.
Agreed. I believe we have a horse somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I believe we do.
Oh, thank you. I think, freak! I can't. Why? I'm horrible remembering names too. Would Adhiri be okay with relinquishing the horse? You hear Rivestia say.
Well, the real question is, does she have another horse that can
She
pull
does.
the cart?
Oh, she does.
Yeah,
she has.
Okay.
Yeah, she has already had one, and then we gave her a second one.
It was the one that you saved.
Yeah.
Then everything should be fine.
I mean, we can. Let's go ask her. I mean,
Ray, you're the horse person, the horse whisperer.
oh,
Oh boy.
oh God. The worst part is it's accurate. Oh, oh no.
It actually is.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they can probably join the caravan for a little bit until we get out
Well,
of
we're
here.
going opposite directions.
We're going the opposite way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to Baldur's Gate. You guys are going to
Well,
Waterdeep.
the good news is they only have to
Well-
go 8 days right now. Although, I would be careful, because when we passed by, when we first entered here, there was a hobgoblin keeping an eye out there. If you do
We'll
start
be more-
traveling.
And,
We'll be
and
more
I will.
cautious than this time. We've seen plenty of them, although they tend to steer clear of us.
Mm-hmm.
Although, we'll definitely keep an eye out.
Alright, let's go ask Alhiri. Yeah, Alhiri? Yeah. Oh, I got that right.
Close enough.
It is Alhiri.
You're getting there.
We're all horrible with names.
Don't worry. It doesn't help that these are the most complicated names they could have made.
Yeah, number one, they're complicated. Number two, it's like 27 different names to remember.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You'll get there. But don't worry. By the end of the chapter, you won't have to remember any more, because maybe they won't be around.
Oh, that's
Take it
not
out.
ominous.
Oh.
That's not ominous
Don't-
at all.
Don't you dare try and dissuade us from gathering as many NPCs as possible.
We got like the squad going, okay?
I'm just wondering who's gonna die on this trip.
No,
hopefully
Not on my
both.
watch.
Yeah.
Oh no.
None of our watches. We only have.
Um,
Oh God.
Including the fat man.
No, he can die.
No.
Agreed.
He can die.
No.
Let him die.
Yeah.
Well, let's go talk to Eltiri.
Yeah, who goes to get Alteri?
Horse
We
whisperer.
sent Ray.
Fine. I guess I'll go get her.
We have a good home for her.
She'll listen to you if you say the horse is going to be in good care.
Plus,
Well,
it's out of our hands because that guy probably said he was going to get that horse back one way or another. So
That's true. That's true.
it stops them from doing anything bad to the horse. Which I think
What
Haley
did
already
you do to my
Haley left.
horse?
Oh, I think her
Oh.
said yeet.
Oh no.
Oh,
Don't worry, we're almost done with the session because, well, actually, no, I think we're gonna go a little bit more because I think this next one will be a bit fun.
Next one will be a bit fun. Oh,
Or-
boy.
Does Haley work tomorrow?
that is a good
Yes.
question. We'll find out in
So,
But
because it's
she
almost
usually
12
stays up.
here. So, I don't know. What to
Oh,
see
then
when
I'll
she
text
gets
her.
back.
I hear internet literally just said yeet to us.
Mhm.
Said, I'm out, boy. Ah!
Oh,
Freedom!
If it doesn't come back on, I may just.
Oh, she left. She left Roll20 as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it may have been her internet then. If it isn't able to be fixed soon, I may just call it. Yep, internet went out.
Rip.
ooh.
I could try to do some talking. And I mean, with Alhiri instead. Or we want to wait for Ray.
Honestly, I think I'll go ahead and call it here just for tonight, just to make sure I can prepare for what's to come next.
You good?
This-
And so I can just to make sure I can study up on all these names coming up.
You're good.
And I feel like the shy night girl, I feel like I would have like pumped her up, but like, come on, you can do it. Next fight you'll be killing them all.
I was so gonna be like, hand her my crossbow and just be like, here you go. You don't gotta get close. You don't gotta,
Wait, who?
the chick.
The shy girl
yeah.
who didn't want to do
Oh.
something. I don't remember her name.
Yeah, her
Uh,
Orvostia.
Yeah.
Orvestia.
Might not be her trained, but I mean, she could at least pew pew.
Yeah, this is perfect time to get some experience.
Mhm.
How old is she?
She looks 18.
Oh, it's fine. Your prime years.
Yeah, that's her prime. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you were going to talk to Etariel?
Hiri? Yeah.
Hillary, sorry.
Yeah.
Hillary?
You can see that she is kind of sitting at the side of her wagon already, and she's kind of tending to the horses as she's kind of like looking over at everything that was going on. What was all that noise?
Well, it was another caravan that was being attacked by hobgoblins. But the hobgoblins have been dealt with.
The hobo goblins.
I mean,
At least it's taken care of. And who
right.
were they attacking?
It was some guy and his hired guards. He said there were more of them, but they got chased off.
More like they got killed off as they were coming
Oh,
here.
well. Anyways, there's only 3 of them left, and they're kind of stranded out here, but they're headed back to Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
So they asked if we had any spare horses, and the one that they did have that fortunately got attacked looked to be in pretty good health. So my question is, would you feel comfortable giving them the horse?
You can see she's like already kind of looking at the harness of the horse she's with, and the horse, this is the one you saved, is like leaning back and like looking at her. And she looks like she is in great thought right now. Do you vouch for them?
They seem like nice people.
You see there's a big strain on her face. She's like, if I can, I'm gonna try and find out where they went afterwards. Because I
Well,
wanted to stay safe.
I don't blame you. I'd like to know too.
She gives one final breath, and she undoes the strap. Go on. Take him, please, before I take him back.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lead the horse back to him.
He comes along very willingly. Eventually you guys do all see Ray come back down to the ravine with the fresh horse. This is the one we'll be taking?
It is, but you have to promise me something before I hand her over to you.
Yes?
You have to take care of her. Do
Madam.
not starve her. Do not abuse her. I will find you if you do.
He's holding his hand up very defensively.
Right.
Madam, I promise.
Calm.
Only take good care of it. I'm not an animal.
And if you don't mind, where are you heading in Baldur's Gate? Well, after Baldur's Gate.
Afterwards, well, assuming I can get a hold of maybe the Adventurers Guild, I may go ahead and hire more bodyguards and make my way back to Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. Well, you might run into an elf lady who would like to ask about that horse. Just forewarning.
Who would this elf lady be?
Well, see, this horse here has a bit of a history. And prior to me handing her over to you, she was the current owner of this horse. And she just wants to make sure that it's being taken care of.
I understand. But don't worry. I'll take good care of it. I'll feed it, water it every day myself. And I'll make sure it's taken great care of. You won't see a scratch.
I hope not.
Polishing it during the night.
Here, by the way, as he hands a nice bag of gold to you, you can distribute it as you wish, but it's all I can give right now until I sell my product. Inside the bag would be about 400 gold pieces.
And there are 4 of us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Lovely.
I'm gonna give 300 to Bell, Nezzy, and Saint, and then give my 100 back to him.
Are you sure?
I don't need it.
I kind of expected you to give it to Adhiri.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. I have other payment for her.
I see. Okay.
I have other payment for her.
Poor guy.
No, he can take his 100 back.
Oh.
I'll pay her myself.
Oh, okay.
You're a very kind madam. Thank you.
Just take care of that horse.
I promise. You have my word.
And I'm gonna hand the reins over to him.
He takes it and he takes back the 100 gold that you gave him. Liam, let's go. We gotta put up this wagon. We gotta hitch up this horse. Yes, sir.
Before we go, you said your name was Cedric, right?
Yes. So Cedric, Sir Cedric Wilhelm of the Waterdeep Council.
I knew I recognized the name.
You do.
I think that's a Dylan.
One of the Huh? What?
Oh, no, this is Saint, alright.
Didn't realize.
Well, to be fair, Saint would have heard about the ones in charge of Waterdeep over the years.
Of course, sorry. I rarely come down here to the south, but it's glad to see that there are still some people that know of us.
Of course, I very rarely travel north, but I know a few names here and there.
Very good. But I won't keep you from your care. I'm sure you have plenty of land to travel from here on out. And best to get out of these fields as soon as you can.
Yeah, and for you.
Indeed. Although I feel like we have a shorter road at this point. You've only reached the halfway point.
We're halfway. I don't even think we're halfway.
We're
Like,
not even
yeah,
halfway.
You would be roughly about here.
Honey better.
Roughly.
Oh god.
You have a long way to go if you're going to Waterdeep, my friend.
This will be fun.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you in on a little secret. Or a little folklore that has been passed down in our area. So there are some say that on the tradeway, there happens to be what some would call a golden stag. Now, most of the time I put this up to just pure conjecture. But on my way here, I did happen to see a stag that was shimmering as if its fur was made of the purest gold. I'll say, if you do end up seeing such a creature, I would pay very handsomely for a great golden pelt such as that.
Well, we'll definitely keep our eyes out for such a thing.
Please do. It is quite a sight to see, I must say. And probably once in a lifetime, but you never know. Maybe you'll be lucky.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
So what do you all do at this point?
Well.
I'm gonna go back to Hillary and tell her the guy's name and get 100 gold out of my pocket and hand it to her.
I don't really care if he's some counselor or not. You better take care of that horse. But thank you. You didn't have to give me gold.
Oh, it's not from me. It's from him for the horse.
Oh, I see. Well, at the very least, handsomely for them.
Well, you also now have a name to go find if you want to check in on the horse.
So, trust me, I'll be checking in at some point.
I've told him about that.
And how did he react?
He said he understood.
Good. Because I'm not letting that go until I see that horse again.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
And for what it's worth, if I do happen to see him again, I'll be sure to send you a letter telling you how it's turned out.
Please do.
Of course.
We need a P.O. box.
But you travel so much.
It's not like we have a house. Well,
You kind of do, but it's not here.
That's a long journey. We gotta be way higher level before we can teleport. So yeah, gonna be a while.
At this point.
Wait, can I do something?
Was that Nezzy?
Can I give the pole 50 gold and what's her name? Orvustia? I can't pronounce that. 50 gold too.
Orvustia takes like, oh, what's this for? I hardly did anything.
You listen, okay? You pulled an arrow out of her my ankle. Yeah, her ankle.
There's like the race in the background, just like crying.
Holding my leg.
Glankle.
My Glankle.
Oh god, it's an actual Glankle shot.
I've not heard that term. Is that another way of saying ankle?
It's a Baragos term.
Yeah.
Baragos
thing.
It's a Baragos term.
Well, she's looking at the bag of gold. You said it was about 50?
Yeah.
It's like, you see her, I get this wide smile on her face, like, oh, thank you, miss. And she gives you, like, a very humble bow.
You just gotta believe in yourself. How about whenever we take breaks, when we're in the caravan, I'll teach you some things, okay?
Oh god. She gonna get murdered.
no.
She gonna get murdered.
Pull out the training
Oh
wheels,
no.
and you can practice.
Oh no.
She, like, puffs out her cheeks a little bit. She's like, I don't need training.
Well, you
I've-
really didn't do anything in that fight?
I've already had to train for over a year to get to this position I'm in.
You do need training. You need training for the nerves.
She's like, she wants to say something back. You tell she just has that
Say it.
really
Say it.
that
You gotta
pride in
say
her.
it. Say it. Do not be afraid
But
to
she's
say it.
so
Speak your
embarrassed.
Speak your
Nope.
words.
Oh,
I'm agreeing with Nezzy.
Speak your words. It will not offend us. Say it.
I would be
Go
happy
on.
if I was under your tutelage.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
much.
wow, I was
Dude,
expecting an
yeah,
answer. Okay.
yeah, that's what I thought. That's,
Okay, the next fight.
that's
She
not
just
what I-
turns around and like crosses her arms.
Oh. The next fight you go and you come with me, okay? I'll keep you safe. You don't need to be afraid. We got this. You got this.
I'm not a kid anymore.
Oh, I know.
That's what
Trust
they
me,
all
I
say.
got siblings. They all want to fight when they grow up. I understand. But you need
Kyle.
teamwork. Teamwork is the
When did
teamwork.
we start babysitting?
We're not
Well,
babies.
we have
dragon.
we have a dragon. We have like I don't know how many NPCs.
Bell!
What? What? What?
I think that was a nick, not a
That
bell.
was a nick. That was not a bell.
Okay.
I have more
okay,
sense
that's
than
what I
that when
was
we're like
saying.
10 feet from the cart, okay? I
I
have more
was
sense.
about ready to say.
This
I'm
is
like,
I would have referred to the NPCs as NPCs if I was Bell. But, yeah.
And say, I would like one request though.
Okay.
Hmm?
Who's this?
She looks even a bit more sheepish right now. Can I pet the dog?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
The dog, it's not really feeling good with all this heat. It needs its rest. But maybe next time, okay? Once it's feeling better.
Oh, okay. I can work with that.
All right.
You can trust me. You'll get to pet the dog. Don't worry.
She's a little angry right now too, after what that Aldor guy said to her. And the fact that when we stopped so abruptly a while back, she got boxes fell on her a little bit.
Nezzy, you said you also gave about 50 gold to
The pole.
Soulstick.
Oh,
Yeah.
she stole my idea. That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, you do come upon the pole. He's kind of just leaning against one of the other carts, and it looks like he's just wrapping his arm wound up in his leg wound up in a bandage.
I'm like, hold your hand out. Hold your hand out. I got something for you.
Without even looking at you, he just holds his hand out.
And I place the bag of 50 gold in his hands.
He looks down at it. What's this for?
I mean, you fought honorably out there. You deserve some compensation. We all got some. You get some too.
I did it for the fight, nothing more.
Well, you're
Same,
getting money
but there's
whether
always
you
a
like it or
bonus.
not.
You get what you get, you don't throw a fit.
Fine. As he just kind of sits up, leans against the wagon again, and starts counting it a little bit. So,
Mhm.
when are you going to tell the rest of the caravan about the dragon?
Holy crap!
I told you he was a sharp one.
Yeah, he is.
He doesn't
I'm
look to
gonna
you
like
like that.
wide-eyed look over at him like,
well, at least we don't have to keep this
Is Orville still here?
Right. I just turned to him and said, look, I've already spoken to the rest of them about this, and this is kind of their problem to deal with. They didn't think about this beforehand.
We're trying to keep it under wraps right now.
I haven't seen it myself, but I know acid when I smell it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm also not one to fall for tricks. Especially not cheap the ones that you've put over it.
I mean,
A blanket.
what do you...
Okay. How do we
So-
do it?
Is it going to be a threat?
No.
Oh, fun. No.
Considering how she hasn't done anything wrong now, I don't...
We've raised it since it hatched, so no.
I bet my life
And when did it
Raised
not.
is a strong word.
How old is it? I can't really count that good.
Few
one,
weeks. Oh, we've been with her ever
okay.
since.
You would know it is about like 3 weeks old at most.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 weeks.
Because it was a week to get from the river over to here, and then it was like a week to travel from Garinus to El Terrell, and we've been a week on the road.
Well,
she's a
as
good
long
girl.
as you vouch for it,
Yes.
it won't end up as a headpiece.
I would very much please don't do that.
But if I see it going towards anyone at all, I'll be the first there to spear it. You understand?
Yeah.
When you say go near them,
If I see it getting ready to make anyone its lunch,
okay, that's better.
if I even get the hint that it may,
No, it enjoys nibbling on Belle.
It only did that once. Why do you think it's gonna do? Well, yeah, once. It's only done that once.
He had to think.
Well, because I remember she bit something else, and I was like, oh yeah, that was the Anthar guy.
The dragon's fine.
just
Don't
make sure you
insult
keep
her.
it under wraps.
Yeah, we will.
He does kind of look over to one of the other carts, like doesn't like fully turn his head, but like shifts his eyes over. And over at the other end, you can see that he's looking over to one of the cultist wagons who are talking amongst themselves. He's like, "So I feel that there are some people who wouldn't react well with that."
Yeah, they may also recognize us if we're not careful, so we'll keep that under wraps.
I see. He puts the money away. I suggest we start going. I'd rather not have there be
Agreed.
more hobgoblins showing up.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Let's keep
And he
going.
moves off back to his own wagon.
Well, one of the cats are out of the bag. It sounds like.
He seems trustable.
Well, yeah.
Does anyone else get a Heimdall feel off of it?
I don't know.
A what?
Asgardian gatekeeper.
I know who Heimdall is, but like, what do you mean by that? Just
It just like, just the way the character is, just feels like that.
yeah,
Paul?
yeah,
I feel the hound off of him.
yeah. That's what
I feel Heimdall.
I feel like the best way to identify each of these characters is to try and identify them to some other character from another medium.
Oh god, he really is the
Well,
Paul. Considering he didn't want to be
I
healed.
get literally more of an Idris Elba vibe off of him, just in general.
Alright. If you guys go back on the road, you already see that far behind the rest of the caravan. Funny thing is, well, never mind. Okay. Where is it? Okay. You do see that the wagon that you gave the horse to is already kind of pulling out, easily strapped up to the cart, and they do start turning around, giving all three of them giving one last wave of appreciation as the cart starts turning around back the opposite direction you came from.
Alright.
You do see
Perfecto.
one last look of the horse as it disappears around the bend.
A single tear rolls down his face.
Stop, don't do that to me.
By the way,
It's probably like a couple tears.
what?
Oh god.
One thing, I give 50 gold to Acrony. I'll be like, this is for, turning down that amount of money he did.
Thank you very much for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We won't buy you a new life, but
may not buy me a new life, but oh, am I gonna abuse this at the next brothel?
Ooh.
Okay. Well, enjoy it, I guess.
they all have their vices.
Yeah, he's not trying to hide that at all.
No.
No, he's not.
It eventually goes into the next day. For at least a couple people, I would assume the horse is still on their minds, but it at least seems like it's going to have a better life now than it once had. at least, especially being away from Werther, who, thankfully, Ray, the horse has not seemed to have gone down yet at that point.
I'm keeping an eye on it.
It still looks okay, but you see, like, most of the time now, it's the mage, Jagar, that is, taking care of it.
Okay. At least he's kind of a good guy now. Kinda.
On the 9th, it doesn't go until about noon. And for the first time in a while, the sun is not shining down on you.
Uh-oh.
And as you go up, there's a sky full of gray cloud. Everyone best get up in their canopies. We're in for a bit of a storm on this one.
Oh joy.
As it does seem, over the next hour, a downpour starts coming down. It is almost a torrent, as you can almost at some points the rain starts blowing sideways. With other times it kind of settling to where it's just coming straight down. You can just hear it battering against the canopy. The rain persists for 3 days.
I'm filling up whatever canteens I have with it.
Yeah. Put those water barrels out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already see everyone. You see water starting to fill in some parts of the some of the open parts of the wagon. Here, Cecile.
I'm putting my cloak over at Cecile's little place. Yeah.
She knocks it off.
Oh.
As she starts rolling around in the water.
Oh, okay.
Still covered up where no one can see her at the moment, but
okay.
She likes the water.
I think black dragons do like water. I don't know. We don't know anything about black dragons. Very well.
We did learn they like moist
oh yeah,
dark
they do.
areas.
So this is kind of like her
So she
perfect
likes
natural
it.
habitat right now.
We just made a small biome for it.
Yeah, in a cart.
Yeah, you can't. While you guys are kind of bucket eating any water out, you can see you have Aldor, as he has this tiny little cup, and he's scooping it out as well, trying to keep it off his shoes.
His shoe. You little crap. Okay.
Judge me. These are expensive.
Don't you judge me.
Okay.
So's my helmet, but you know.
Sorry, I'm not a knight, sir.
I'm not a knight.
Whatever. Start scooping it out again.
Ye old Game of Thrones trick.
It is now on the 12th day, as everyone has kind of stopped now, but no one has gotten out of their wagons as the rain is still persisting. It is in the night at this point, as you can see that with all the sand, dirt, and everything else around, the trails get pretty dang moist.
That's not good.
With this constant torrent and downpour. Is there anything you guys wish to do in this night?
I guess
before the next day?
Not really.
Also, being in the cart, I have to say, which carts are you guys staying in right now?
One was Cecilia.
Okay, so the back cart.
I feel like we all just went with the same ones as usual.
So you're in the front, Saint?
Yeah.
Yeah, all you guys in the back cart are kind of having to get a bit in comfortable areas. It's not easy though because it's so cramped now. Although you can see he is still towards the back, wanting to stay away from everyone else. Saint, you have a lot more room in yours, as you are kind of laying on a few of the pelts that he has wrapped up back there.
Oh god. No, but I gotta deal with that, do I?
I mean, you're a robot. You technically don't sleep. You're just literally there listening to it as
You have no idea. Alright, I deal with this in real life, so I guarantee you that there will be the odd moment where Saint is looking for a bottle to hit someone with.
As you look over, you can see he has a sleeping cap on, but he fell asleep with his pipe and smoke still in his mouth.
My God.
He's gonna die.
Trying to slowly, gently take it out so he doesn't choke on it.
Yeah. You do take it out and you see one little puff of smoke go out as you see it kind of fill the top of the canopy.
My God.
Anyone outside, like looking from the other car, can see like there's a bit of smoke billowing out from the top of it.
Jeez.
Oh.
At least it's not on fire.
I'm gonna do a quick glance outside though before we go to
His
sleep.
beard catches on fire.
Oh God. The glorious beard.
It is finally up to the next morning. And Nezzy, you're the first to wake. And you still see gray clouds. But you see a little bit of sunlight peering through them as you don't hear rain against the canopy anymore.
Oh.
What do you guys do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna look around, you know, make sure Sierra's good, you know.
Alright.
Stuff like that.
The usual.
Yeah, usual.
You do finally get out and you see like Aldo's like, oh, is it finally over?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Oh, thank the gods. Couldn't stand another night of all that racket.
Yeah.
If you guys look out, it doesn't look the same.
Oh God.
Was there a landslide?
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Did we shift and like the sand just kind of like carry us? Or something?
You guys look out, and I will say from what you're seeing, it is beyond confusing.
Huh?
We have shifted all the way
One
down
sec.
here.
Give me a second. Where is that?
Has it flooded?
But we're way off course.
I forgot to put you guys in here.
Oh boy, that's not good. We're just surrounded by hobgoblins. There are like tons of them just surrounded us.
No. Don't put that on.
I only have 3 shatter spells too. It's kind of we're screwed.
Yeah, why has anyone bothered to ask why this is called the Coastway?
Wait,
Oh.
Nick, how many spells did you say you had? It's been like days, so you
I know.
got them all back.
I only have 3
Fine.
third levels though.
Oh, okay.
I can only cast it 3 times.
I was gonna say.
Oh, there it is.
I got many thunder waves though. Just
You guys look out. Everyone is out of their wagons right now, looking around the area as you see every single car just kind of lined up and parked. But then you look at the ground. One sec.
we're
Here we go.
in a swamp or we're in grass or something.
Bog.
Oh.
There is nothing but massive fungi that have started growing beneath your feet.
Oh,
Almost, which they were not here before.
we could.
The ground is still wet and soggy, but you still see that these indeed are like these greenish and purple fungi.
We've dealt with these before.
They don't look the same as the ones you've seen before. This is the only fungus texture I have.
Can I make a
Where's the
nature
green
check or
ism
something?
element?
Be
You'll
like,
probably know.
is this nature? What is
I'm gonna
this?
poke it with a stick.
Okay, you take a stick and you just see like this one tree that's like right next to you, and you do poke it, and you see it spurt this like purple mist from it. And it goes,
Screaming shrew?
as everyone kind of backs up. What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
Well,
Yeah. So about that
And it
nature
literally
check.
sounded like somewhat a tortured scream. You want to do a nature check?
Yeah. This is what the heck
Yeah.
is this crap?
Alright.
Let's check it out.
Alright.
I'll give a oh, never mind.
It's great.
I'll give a bardic inspiration to Saint with his nature if he's doing one. He'd be like, Nate, you know the? Oh, I just called you Nate. Saint.
Alright, hold on. Okay, so
I can
that's
give it a try, but
You could, yeah. I mean,
alright.
yeah. And you can add a D6 to it, which you're 19.
I can add a D6.
Yeah, I just added. I got a 4 for you.
Ah.
Yeah. So you got a 19. You should know some, hopefully.
Apparently, I know.
From what you can tell, all of you out there, and Saint, I'll get to you in a second.
Mm-hmm.
From what you can tell, these things look deathly poisonous.
Okay.
Great.
Just judging by the clouds, as you can see them, it's literally a neurotoxin from what you can see.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Saint, you have heard of stories of these kinds of shrooms.
Not the fun.
They are not poisonous in the slightest.
Wow.
But what you've had heard of them is that
They're annoying.
the screams have been told to make people go mad.
Oh God.
It's like, Hakune's just kind of looking around about it. It's like, oh, you're supposed to wait for them to die off or something?
Don't worry. They won't kill you. They're extremely annoying, but they won't kill you.
You can see Lai over here in the top kind of walks over and he steps on a few. And you're, just shut up!
Like I
Little
said,
bastards.
annoying.
As you see him start holding his head a little bit.
Well, I have a way to combat this.
Silence.
Yes. So.
Fair point. Not a bad idea.
There's a mage here too.
There is. If he. Oh, shoot. Not that. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing.
Darkness. We're all blind.
No.
It's now darkness.
Wait, what is this?
No, I
Clicked
clicked
it.
the wrong thing.
Oh, okay, is it everything? Now no one can see and they're screaming
No.
everywhere.
I was
Oh
trying to
God,
collapse it. I hit the
that's
wrong thing.
horrifying. It's just screaming.
Everyone's just like, I thought you said they won't hurt us.
Belle, as you're waiting for her to do this, you're looking at the ones in front of you. They've grown by an inch since you started talking.
What?
They've grown by an inch.
I think these things are
It's a
growing.
problem. It's a slight problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
An inch in
Yeah.
about 5 seconds.
I'm just gonna plug my ears with, like, I don't know, some fabric.
So, hold on. Let me do some measurements here. Well, that's a little bit of a problem. Each caravan is 20 feet. Wait, no.
Why don't you just have it, like, on a path, and then people can cross
Yeah,
that path through it?
I know, but I'm trying to get as many caravans in there as possible. We can get 2. And then 2.
How big's the area?
It would be 40-foot circle. It's a 20-foot radius.
So then, here, we can get the template out real quick. We have templates here.
Oh yeah, we can.
We
Oh,
have,
that's
we
a
have
thing.
the templates.
Yeah.
That is a thing. Where am I? Area of effect. Where?
I mean, which way do we need to go? I'm assuming where Altiri
Yeah.
and the Silent and all
You
them
can see
are.
that there are some wagons that aren't caught in this.
Oh.
Balls.
Oh,
Come on.
Oi, Norvos. Yeah, y'all. Ooh, boy, that's the good ideal spot for it, yeah.
Give me that. Give
Okay.
me that there. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
we're
what
gonna do silence right here.
Ooh.
We kind of.
You what? Oh, there. Do you need me to? Okay, yeah. I'll move
They're
it as we
kind
go.
of screwed.
Let's go on and get you guys onto normal dry land over here.
But what if they're poisonous?
They're not poisonous, they're just annoying.
They start looking between each other. He's like, I trust them.
There's also silence in there now.
Do you know? Oh yeah, they stop speaking. All of a sudden, they look very confused.
Well, I haven't cast it yet.
Oh, and you trust them? I do. I think at the very least they can get us out of this. Hitch up the horse.
Can the mage cast a silence spell and just do one here? Or no?
Can Bell cast a silence spell?
I ain't got silence. Don't look at me.
Well, that's a problem.
I got illusion.
I'm not gonna try moving around all these wagons because that'll be horrendous
Yeah,
for me.
Mm.
But you do see that at least the ones over here, these all here, you see the ones back here are already starting to try and move through as well, and they get up to this point. You can see the cultist wagons like seeing what's going on, like move up, and they start moving up a little bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll move it over
I'm
here.
assuming it's still growing.
It's growing by another inch now.
Okay.
Good God.
Fast growing shrooms.
Yeah, you see them all start moving, trying to move through here. The cultists go through first, then you see Ervustias go up through, along with Smardag, the Hoppers, and then
Hopper.
Hopper. Sorry, I keep getting that.
Hopper.
Along with Longnose and Enoms.
Yeah. And then everybody's already through. That could open Inverter. Not that I care about
Amenities.
him, but
Lurther, you don't see him out, but you see his wagon.
oh.
Oh, in fact, I need to remove this. Where's here? My bad.
Oh, that's his place. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's him. Screen broken.
You see Bade. He's like trying to get his horse. Tinker's like, "Come on, lass, just move back a little bit more." And they eventually are able to move around. Lai hooks up his immediately, and he starts booking it through here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's you see you guys, as you guys start moving through here as well, that you can already see that as you guys are moving through as well, there's like tons of clouds of just this purple mist that is constantly moving up, almost like a miasma. But thankfully, as you breathe it in, it turns out, yeah, it is indeed not harmless.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Not
another-
harmless. Not harmless.
harm-
It is harmless.
Cool.
It is harmless.
Okay.
And then comes
It's not hard.
Further's wagon, as he's like right in the middle of a patch there. What do you do, Ray?
I want to make sure the horse is in it, but I kind of want them to go a little bit bad
Ray.
until they get in there. I'm not gonna move it. I just irritate them a little bit.
God damn it.
It's fine.
Ray, this is not the time.
Shh.
So you put it where the horse is fine.
I will put it where the horse is fine until the horse drags the rest of the cart through.
Alright. You start moving it through.
Good God.
And as they're pulling the cart across, you hear, oh, just this ghastly wail echoing across the Badlands, like someone's child just died. That's what it sounds like.
Why?
I need to roll a wisdom save for a couple people.
Madness.
Technically, we're all hearing it.
Yeah, I need at least Ray to do it, because how far away
Oh,
can
me?
you do?
120 feet.
150 feet. Okay. Would you guys say you're with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then you guys aren't directly affected by it. Alright. They all move
But the
through.
poor souls.
They all move through, and as they're moving past, you see the dwarf lady, Eklin, just give you this very nasty scowl.
And I'm gonna
See,
smirk
Ray.
out the back of the wagon and be like,
And as you guys move down the road, you don't see any more of those growths. Although you do see that they are growing quite big as you guys are leaving them.
Soon they will grow to the point where they can walk.
Oh, please, no.
And we form the Blight Walk.
Followed by screaming shrooms.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't constantly screaming as they're running at you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, lass. I was not one to hear any more of that.
"You're welcome."
As you guys actually set up camp far away from those shrooms, there is an odd sight as you see Longnose like over by his little area. He's like, "Hey, look over there." He's pointing towards Werther's wagon.
Oh god.
What is
You see the back door open to his
Back door.
wagon, and you see the mage, Jagar, and the dwarf paladin. Sorry, not a paladin. It's a shield dwarf. The bodyguard that are sitting there looking inside, and they're curious what they're looking at, but then you can see it inside, curled up like a ball, is Werther, leaning up against all his fabric.
Has he gone mad? Yes. See, Ray.
Feel bad.
Do you feel bad?
No.
Okay.
Wow. Where
Not at
is your
all.
compassion?
Oh, I have compassion, but not for him.
I didn't think the screamings of young children had that much effect on him.
Wow.
What? He's an arse.
True, true.
You're not wrong.
Although, I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone. Not even my wife.
It's okay, buddy.
Aren't you trying to get her back?
She is the love of my life, Pally. I am not giving up on her yet. She is the only one for me.
I like you, long nose.
Yeah, I like you too, buddy.
Always looking on the bright side.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back. I'll go get some fresh wine from Bade.
I don't really drink it, but yeah.
I don't think that's going to help him.
Yeah.
He's already off. He's like scampering away.
I wonder.
I guess we could try traveling still.
Not that.
So good job, Ray. You've made someone go mad.
She got her revenge in the end, I guess.
I sure did.
Oh, we're almost halfway. We're almost halfway. Half.
But as the days go by, it's finally starting to go back to its humid heat. And he's like, "Hey, look there!" As he points ahead, Acrony. He's like, "Those there? Those are the Trollclaw Hills."
Oh.
Troll? Oh.
Don't worry, it's a metaphor, not exact.
Are
But
you
you know
sure?
what that means? That right there are the ends of these damned fields.
Well, there's always a bonus.
Yeah, until you run into the actual trolls.
That's nothing but a sob story. Not there's any actual trolls here. Never heard of them. I've been down this play plenty of times.
Okay. Do I know any bright stories? No.
There's nothing major about them other than you have heard that there were these tribes of trolls that once were here but were driven out by one of the local barons.
Yeah.
But that was like years and like many decades ago, and that's why they were called the Trollclaw Hills. But at this point, I think that is where we will end our session, my friends.
Oh god, we're not even halfway.
You survived the Fields of the Dead.
We have so
Nice.
long. So long. Oh god.
It took a whole session to get through that far.
Or maybe a third there.
Yeah.
We're
You are now.
Oh.
You're now on day 16.
Oh god. We're not even.
We're
We
quarter
are
of the way there.
Oh god. Oh dear god. Okay.
Are you okay, Nick?
So, we'll get
I'm just
about
thinking how long.
here next, and then we'll get about here next.
Oh god.
I mean, that's not entirely wrong. It depends on how all these go.
We just
But
use the ultimate
you guys, I
overtime.
wasn't expecting you guys to get entirely the way through this session, but you did well.
Yeah.
And I hope you're enjoying the experience because it's definitely a new one with such a long road trip and having so many NPCs to get to know.
Oh, it's something. We got a long way. I miss teleportation. Or flying.
It seems that you've made a nice little friend in Orvostia.